And we are back with a brand new edition. What's up, lovely party people? It's Wednesday. Can we just discuss the obvious elephant in the room? We're halfway through the month, though, so can't complain. Or halfway through the week. Anyway, let me introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so go ahead and click that follow button. Hey, Lisa, bestie. Also, if you're interested in attending my live event, it's on April 4th, where I'm going to help you completely release all of your negative emotions stemming all the way back from, possibly in the womb. Depends. Only your subconscious mind knows where they came from. But I'm going to help you go ahead and release them completely so you can be a fresh, brand new person. Hey, Nadine, bestie. So all links are in my bio, guys. If you guys want to, if you're interested in having me manifest for you so that you can get your shit right and tight and get them conforming quickly. Also, if you want to book a call one-on-one where we talk about your current situation, hey, I'm looking forward to it. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me where we talk about your unique situation, I find out where you're going wrong so we can create a simple plan, because easy peasy is my name. Hey, Janelle, girl. Then go ahead and also book that call, because it is a superpower of mine. In case you're new here, hey, Abdul, I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of only 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. Hey, Jessie, girl, I need to respond to you today, bitch. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I barely have any time to paint my toenails anymore. Well, also, if you wanted to join my free WhatsApp community, where we go ahead and support each other, because manifestation is a lonely journey if people don't understand what you're doing, right? They think you're weird. But we're not. We're not. We get our shit. That's what we get. And we get our SPs conforming. That's what we get. So go ahead and join the WhatsApp community. Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip, Buttercup, because I put them on the tube of you every single day. I saw your message, girl. Yes, keep going. Keep going, Dawn. Keep going, sister. Okay. I didn't see the message, but I saw part of the message. I won't open them until I'm ready to respond, okay? So I love that. Yes, Chris, affirming goes fast. So yeah, also while you're there, subscribe. Subscribe. My bow tattoo, that's a cover up, clearly. Now I just tell my boyfriend that my wedding ring has to be bigger than that. Yes, Halea. I don't know if you can send me another DM, but I don't recall seeing your DMs. I was just up in there earlier today. So I don't recall seeing them, but I'll take a look-see for you, okay? So anyway, I have a lot of people that struggle, right? They're struggling. Hey, baby girl. They struggle with getting in their head, overcomplicating the process. Oh, dang, Josie. Thailand for your B-Day. It sounds like heaven to me. I heard Thailand is beautiful, by the way, which I'm sure you obviously know since you're there right now. But a lot of people tend to overcomplicate things, okay? So they'll sit there and they'll be like, well, what about emotions? What do I have to feel? Hey, kitty cat. And it's like, you don't have to feel shit. Hey, Glitter Sparkles, I hope you're doing good. Okay, hey, meet a girlfriend. So you don't have to feel anything to be real. Hey, CC bestie, you don't have to feel anything to be real. Like, you don't. That's why I love and stand by affirming, okay? I don't like it when people switch lanes. I think that's, unauthentic. We'll say that. Because I feel like it's a little, yeah. Hey, Kathy, girlfriend. So, so the reason why I like robotic affirming is, one, you don't have to sit there and overthink it. You just have to say it repeatedly, right? Because you didn't overthink you weren't like really sitting there thinking how to walk, were you? As a child, no, you just got up and did it. You didn't think about it, right? You didn't think about doing things. You didn't think about, oh, how do I hold a fork and eat, right? No, your parents just kept correcting you and kept correcting you and kept correcting you. And then you would eat. you know. Same with swimming. You weren't overthinking it. You just followed what somebody did and what somebody told you to do, right? My daughter wouldn't swim today if I let her quit on day number 1. No. she had a whole conniption. She begged for me to take her out of the pool, and I was like, no, this is an Olympic swimmer. It was just a swim coach. I was like, she's gonna help you swim. Now she can't even get out the pool. Now she's a super fast swimmer. Like, she wants to try out for the swim team, the volleyball team, all the things. So good, Lisa, good, because that's a good sign. Those are good signs, okay? And I'm persisting for you. I had to move you up along with Mina, okay? Had to move you girls up on the, you know, priority. Yeah, too much coffee and energy drinks. Anxiety can be a killer. Do you have a video on the basics of manifesting? I'm losing the plot with that. PDW, I do. What it's called, I don't fucking know. But I will go ahead and create one. Let me take a screenshot of that so I remember. Okay, I just made a video today. So I will go ahead and create one on the basics of manifestation, because I feel like there's so much. I love you, Lisa. I feel like there's, I feel like there's so much false information, if you will, you know, where there's, you know, they overcomplicate the basics. The basics of manifestation are simple. It's understanding that you've been manifesting your entire life. Now we are learning how to consciously manifest. And so the way that we do that is by reverse engineering, right? Which is what clicked when I was like, why is law of attraction shit not working? And then I was like, well, I didn't have to do any of that. I don't think I drank a magic glass of water to cause my breakup. Did I? No. You know, I didn't have to drink a magic glass of water to go on, you know, state assistance when my daughter was first born. Did I? No. So, you know, all of that stuff, that stuff keeps you stuck. You didn't have to do anything different other than what you're already doing. And that's thinking, right? Thinking. And it pushes out. Thinking again, it pushes out. So people tend, oh, good, kitty cat. People tend to really overthink things. Mimi, you can manifest a unicorn. Sure. I mean, nothing's off limits. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, you'll manifest a unicorn, and what you'll see is like a unicorn statue, or like, you know, you'll see like a bumper sticker of a unicorn, or you'll be scrolling on social media and see a unicorn. That's usually how you manifest unicorns. Okay. So I don't think one, I mean, then again, who knows? Test it out for yourself. But I don't think a unicorn is going to just pop up in your living room. But if it does, though, please come back and share, because I will recant that statement 100%. In fact, we'll do a joint live, so you can tell everybody that you manifested the unicorn. But that's usually my experience. That's what it is. It's no different than manifesting a butterfly, and then you'll see a butterfly. No difference than then thinking about a teddy bear, and then all of a sudden you go and see teddy bears, right? You can sit there and think about marriage, and then go around, and all of a sudden you start seeing bridal stuff everywhere, you know, things like that. Those are all signs. Everything's a sign, okay, to show your manifestation's coming. So it's not, you know, but the basics to manifestation is, it depends on what you're manifesting, right? It depends on what you're manifesting. Is you need to identify as a person that has what you want, okay? Because it's not just about affirming. You know, because again, if it was only about affirming, then everybody would have their shit. Everybody would have it. And everybody would do it, right? If they're like, man, I could be a millionaire and all I have to do is affirm. Hell yeah. I'd sit there all day long and affirm if that's all it took. But it's not. Okay. You have to see yourself as someone who's rich, someone who has a lot of money, right? Same with relationships with your SP. You have to see yourself as someone who's in a relationship, or someone who is the perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend, and then you have to see them that way, right, for you. Then you affirm only to control your thoughts. That's literally all the reason why we affirm. And I obsess over my shit because I know myself, right? I know myself. So instead, I'm like, affirm, affirm. Now, I don't affirm all day long anymore. It depends. It depends on what I'm going through, right? But I typically don't affirm all day long anymore, but I will catch my thoughts. And then instead of flipping them, I'll just spend a couple minutes and affirm. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? Gerd Hermanta, we're always manifesting. Always manifesting. I am manifesting people too. And I'm glad that you did everything. Who said that? Good, Emma Skincare. You got unblocked. Beautiful. Now, don't go spam their shit, okay? Remember, everything is done here, not out here, okay? So don't go spam their stuff. Instead, internalize. Step into your power and be like, oh, okay. Well, I got unblocked. So how do I get contact? It's the same shit. Right? It's the same shit. It's not like, oh, I got a block. Now I want to get contact. So now there's a whole nother process to that. It's not. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Persisting. And boom, now he contacts you, right? And you have to understand that that's how that works. Like which should tell you, Emma Skincare, that obviously you're on his mind, because nobody goes through the blocked section of their profiles and decides who they want to unblock every day, right? They don't do that. But all of a sudden he thought of you and was like, let me unblock her. Let me go peep her out. Because he can only think about you, bitch. He can only think about you. I'm hungry too, girl. Diamond, we gotta talk, because you seem real motivated, but something's wrong here, okay? Something's lost in the sauce here, okay? So you should see movement. If you're persisting and you're only seeing the perfect version of your boyfriend, you should be seeing movement. You definitely should be getting some kind of movement, as long as you are affirming for movement, okay? So you should... Okay, I don't know if you just sent me a message, but I can only read the first part of that. I'll get to you as soon as this is over. I have a couple coaching calls after this, 3. And then after that, I'll be responding to messages. I realized the other day that I could just put my shit in my ear, right? Like earbuds. And then I can type, while I'm sitting on the couch. Okay, D-Star. We'll call you D-Star. Okay, how can I manifest contact with my SP faster? It's been months. Okay, so you need to affirm for that. 1, you need to see perfect boyfriend, okay? You need to see perfect SP, like the perfect version of him. And you can't waver from that version, because perfect SP is the one that contacts you, that comes and spends time with you, that wants to be with you, right? So you have to see them as that person. So thanks Terry girlfriend. So when you see them as that version for you, then guess what? Then they show up that way. They start to do the things that you want, but also to affirm for movement, right? So if you are in no contact, obviously, I'm going to guess that that's where you're at. It's no contact. Thanks, Terry girlfriend. Then you need to affirm for contact, right? Like, no, he's obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. Like, he is always calling and texting me, right? He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Right? And really focusing on that, because you have the other steps moving in the same time. But telling yourself, no, he's always calling and texting me. You cannot focus on the time. Okay, all of you guys need to stop focusing on the time. Because if you focus on the time, it just creates more time. Okay, so if you're thinking about the last time you talked to this person, well, guess what? You're thinking about how long it's been since you've talked to them, what does your subconscious mind know? Well, obviously, they're not talking to you. And that keeps it right in your reality versus saying, no, he calls me every single day. He talks to me every single day. He cannot go a single day without talking to me. He tells me everything. He literally cannot not talk to me, right? And when you come from that notion and that inner conversation, then all of a sudden you pop into his mind and he's like, wonder how she's doing. But the key is, once he contacts you, is to keep it neutral, right? have a normal conversation like you would if you were in a relationship with your SP. You can't sit there and grovel at their feet because they freaking contacted you or want to meet up for coffee, and now you're sitting there pleading your case, groveling at their feet and telling them how much you miss them and how much you love them. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Okay, so you have to persist through it. That's right, Patriot. That is right. Hey, Mariah. So do you robotically affirm over just deciding? Yeah, Bliss, I don't think just deciding is like a thing. Unless you're just like that master bitch that can just decide something. It's not that easy. It's not that easy when your reality is showing you the opposite, which is why if a lot of you have been just deciding or living in the end, this is why it's not working. This is why it's not working, because I've talked to 2 people this week that one has been living in the end or attempting to live in the end for 2 fucking years. Other one for a year. And do you care to guess what they got in the 2 years and 1 year? Not a goddamn thing. Nothing at all. No movement. Because it's not hot. It's because it's consistency, right? It's persisting, and it's not easy to just decide. I hate people that say, just decide. The only thing you need to decide is that you're going to go all in. Right? It's like, no, I'm deciding now that this is working. This is working. Like there's so many proof that this is working. So I'm deciding that, and I'm going to decide to go all in on what I want. I'm going to decide not to waver. I'm going to decide to focus. I'm going to decide to discipline my mind. That's the only thing you should be deciding. But just deciding you're in a relationship when he's not even fucking talking to you, yeah, that's not realistic advice. I only give realistic advice because that doesn't help you. That doesn't help you because I can come up with oodles of content, right? Parroting all these idiots online that are like, just decide. Oh, okay, well, you go do that. I'm not going to teach that because I wasn't able to just decide. And I only teach you what I know works because I've done it, right? But it's as silly as you having $10 in your bank account and just deciding that you're rich. I'm just going to decide that I'm rich, right? Because you will have battling thoughts and you'd have to really focus in overtime because you're just deciding versus, okay, I'm going to tell myself over and over and over again that I'm rich. Okay? Because just deciding is something that you don't affirm. You just decide and then live completely delusional as if, I don't know, as if they're sleeping next to you in your bed and then you're going to go on a date and you're going to go out to dinner and ask for 2 meals because you're just deciding you're in a relationship. Buy 2 movie tickets because you're just deciding. It takes a whole level of delusion. But people cannot not react to their 3D now, let alone just deciding they're in a whole ass relationship. They can't even just decide they're going to get a text today. See what I'm saying? That's why that's not realistic ass advice. Although, let's take a screenshot of that one. You guys really helped me with my video content. I'll tell you that. I know you are, Lisa, but I told you, you better pick out your date attire because the man's going to take you out by this weekend. Yes. Hi, 4 years ago, I learned about conscious manifesting and I decided I wanted a new car. I don't need it. Hey, Erica. That's right, from Lock It In. Hey, Prima Donna. But I'm not desperate. I have a pretty good car, but since I can manifest it, why not? It hasn't materialized yet, and I don't think it is impossible. The opposite. Yeah, it depends on what your new car is, what your dream car is, right? So you don't have to worry about the how, because the how probably, you won't figure it out. Right? But whatever your dream car is, you have to tell yourself you have that dream car now. Like, oh my God, I just got my dream car. Your subconscious mind knows what your dream car is. Okay. So or you can be specific and be like, oh my God, I just got my Infiniti JX35. That's the only car. That's my car. Or SUV, whatever. My daughter wanted me to get a minivan. And I said, does this look like a fucking minivan face? Like, no, I'm not getting a minivan. So we went and found a 3-row SUV. I said, I can dig that one. I could do a 3-row SUV, but I'm minivan? No. So that's where, yeah, you don't come from desperate. You just tell yourself that you just got your dream car. Oh my God, I literally just got my dream car. I got my dream car. I'm so excited I got my dream car. Whatever has to happen for that to become true is going to happen. So you may notice that all of a sudden you get a car opportunity and it's like you get better financing than you did on the car that you have now, right? Or you get an inkling that anything could happen. Anything could happen for that dream car to happen. I wasn't even looking for a car. I literally wasn't. I was totally fine with my Honda Accord. And I took my dad, because my dad needed a new car. And so I took my dad to one of my friend who owns a car lot. Yeah, car lot. And he got a car. And he's like, you should get a car. And I'm like, I don't need a car. I have one. It's what got us here. He's like, no, you should get a car. You should totally get a car. And I was like, I guess. And so I started looking around and I was just talking about getting a 3-seater SUV. And then this one popped up and I was able to get the financing that I wanted on it. And my dad laughs because he's like, only you, Jen, buy a car that doubles in value the second you, because there's that saying that cars depreciate in value the minute you drive them off the lot. Now my car, the financing I got and the price I got on my car, my dad ran it through the Kelley Blue Book, what the car actually is worth. It was double what I paid. So there's that. I had my other friends who were denied over and over again for a car. And then they went to my friend and all of a sudden they got better financing, So whatever is going to happen for that to become true is exactly what will happen. Maybe you win a car. Always wanted to win a car. Just don't fill out one of those stupid forms you see in outdoor malls or malls where they're like, win a car. Those are timeshares. Those are timeshare people, just so you know. I used to work for one. And I was always like, how the hell do they know? How do you know if they chose a winner for the car? They never tell anybody. But no, all of a sudden you're going to get a shit ton of people contacting you about a timeshare. So there's that part. It's not quite on none of your ends. Knock that shit off. Oh, baby, I just saw it before I recorded my video. I don't know what you guys, okay, listen. I know, because I want to do YouTube live too, but I found out YouTube lives, typically from what I've seen, are not as long as my TikTok live. But I want to try out the whole YouTube live too, but then they're like 2 monitors. I'm like, that's a lot to monitor, right? 2 fucking chats. As you can see, I have a hard time keeping up on this one, let alone 2 chats. It's got to be a better way. And TikTok knows this, which is why they make you swipe for a fucking puzzle piece every once in a while to make sure that you're not just letting this one run while you're on another one. And I'm not tech savvy, but I'm going to figure that shit out because I think I should do that. Affirming for movement, Moonchild, is where instead of saying, he's so obsessed with me, I'm the love of his life. Thanks, and Katie girl. I'm the love of his life. He'll do anything, I'm all he ever thinks about. I know he misses me. That's not movement, right? And that's a lot of people will affirm for that type of shit. But the problem, and that's good to have some of those, but the problem is there's no movement required, right? Instead, it's like, okay, what you're creating is a stalker instead of a boyfriend, right? Because they can look at all your shit all day long, right? Like people will affirm for being unblocked. Okay, well, they can unblock you and never talk to you. They can look at your profile all day long, every single day, and never talk to you, right? They could be obsessed with, they can miss you, but you'll never know that because you'll never see that. So instead, you can have those, but then you have something that you're affirming for movement. So it's like you're using words like always, constantly, or every day, right? Like he shows me he's thinking about me every single day. He's constantly trying to get my attention, okay? He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He tells, you know, he shows me, yeah, you see what I'm saying? A brain fart. But it would be things like that. It would be something like even, like he, you could say like he likes my stories every single day. That's movement too, right? Because then you'll see that and then it encourages you to keep going. You know, he cannot stand to be away from me every day. He has to be near me every single day, right? So you're using always, constantly, or every day. Okay, that's affirming for movement because movement is what motivates. The reason I suggest affirming for movement is because movement excites you, right? When you, hey day girl, when you affirm for movement, then you start to get movement. Then you're like, oh shit, okay, this is working. This is working. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right? And it excites you to continue. Then when he does the next thing, well, now it even excites you, motivates you to continue again. Right? So that's why I always say affirm for movement. That's why I don't like people that say, just live in the end. Yeah, the only thing, if you're a no contact, the only thing you should be living in the end of is contact. How the fuck are you going to live in the end of marriage? You're not talking. Right? That's stupid. That's the dumbest advice ever. So instead, it's like, no, you should be living in the end of contact. If you're in contact, okay, you should be living in the end of always spending time with you, talking to you every day. That's that's the end you should be living in. Then when that happens, now you snake to the end of relationship because it's a lot easier for you to step into living in the end of each step. Because once that step materializes, then you move to the next one, then you move to the next one, and boom. You know, if you're always talking to each other and you're constantly spending time together, it's a lot easier to live into the end of relationship. Okay? Than if your 3D shows you the complete opposite. This is why when people take that advice, they're frustrated because they're affirming, and wondering why the shit ain't coming. That's because you're trying too hard to live in the end of marriage and you're reacting to everything in the 3D because it completely shows you the opposite, right? Like I said, people can't not react to a fucking being left on red for a couple hours, let alone living in the end of marriage. A good date, good. Okay, so you're seeing your SP tomorrow. Any advice? The only advice I would have is to enjoy the moments, right? Enjoy the moments. See them as your perfect SP, and enjoy your time together. You don't need to talk. You don't need to ask questions. You don't need to react to shit. Enjoy your time together, especially for people that are long distance. Because how the fuck are you gonna want to sit there after all that travel? You're going to want to sit there and do nothing but argue with the man. Or react to everything that they do or don't do and not like what they say and what they don't say. Like, you can't do that, right? So instead, this is where the growth happens, okay? You're going to push yourself, Dave. You're going to discipline yourself, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to go see my perfect SP, and I'm going to live only in that, and I'm going to enjoy our time together. And if he says anything that tries to trigger me, I'm going to be like, okay, I understand. And then if you have to go to the fucking bathroom, you're going to get your ass up and go to the bathroom, cuss his ass out for 5 seconds, and then, okay, we have the best relationship. We have the best relationship. And go back out. But don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to, okay? That you don't want to know the answer to, okay? Because you would not ask a question if you knew the answer, okay? Because you wouldn't be like, am I seeing you this weekend? If you knew you were in your mind, okay? Are you actually going to come over even though they told you their ass was? Okay? Any of that crap, you know? Well, where's this relationship going? Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. It was fucking hot in here and now it's cold. Okay, and I don't have a jacket. And I don't feel like going inside to get one. Oh, he's going to talk last night. I was like, yeah. Okay, you just have to turn things around. What if you're the one doing no contact? Okay, bliss. Well, if you're the one doing no contact, Why? For what purpose? And do you have him like blocked on everything? Like, and so forth. Because if you are the one doing no contact, you have to ask yourself why that is. Like, why am I choosing to do no contact? I don't care if it's because, well, I want him to conform and be the man that I want him to be. Okay, but you have to start seeing him as that person, and he will be that person for you. You don't have to go no contact and cut his ass off and be like, I'll talk to you when you are a different person, because that's entirely up to you. You can't wait for him to change. This is why they never change. This is why that's where the saying, a leopard never changes its spots, comes into play. Because you're waiting for them, because everyone's waiting for them to change. They're not going to change. They're who they are. Unless you change them in your mind, unless you look at them differently in your mind. See, this is a lot of your guys' problems, is you guys, their words have so much power to you. Their words have so much power to you. And you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to walk around and you can't do that. You have to ignore what they said. I don't care how mean and hurtful it was. In your mind, perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He is so sweet. We have the best relationship. We have the best relationship. Then you're back on track. Everything's fine. Okay, so why don't you let me know in the comments why you're choosing to go no contact bliss? Okay, because again, if you're waiting for that man to change, you may as well just call it a day. Unless you want to take control, harness your power, and be like, okay, no, we'll be in a relationship, and I'm going to tell you what your shit is in here. Yeah, that's it. You'll be the man that I want you to be and expect you to be for me. And that's it. No one else but me. Let's see here. SB came back and apologized for the past. Then things went to shit and he told me he didn't want me. Okay, well, Sierra. SP came back and apologized for the past. Then things went to shit. So, what was your thought process after he apologized, before things went to shit? Okay. What was your thought process about it? How did you see him? That's a big part of why things went to shit. And he said he didn't want you. Okay. Most likely he said he didn't want you because you were not sure if he did. That's why I said a lot of people can apologize. I apologize to people if I believe that I was in the wrong. But I won't apologize if I honestly, that's just my personality. I will not apologize to you because that's what you fucking want to hear. I don't think so. Nope. I won't do it. You know, my boyfriend, sometimes if my mom oversteps, he'll be like, did you apologize to her? I was like, for fucking what? No, I didn't. I'm not going to apologize to her. I'm not going to this is a boundary of mine. This is my reality. I don't care who the fuck you are. If you think you're going to come in my reality and disrespect me, I don't care if you're my mom. Nope. Sorry. I don't need to apologize to you. I don't. And I don't need to argue with you either. But you're not going to disrespect me in my reality. Sorry. I don't think so. People try. People try all the time. But I don't give a shit. It's my reality. And you'll conform and you'll treat me with respect. And if you will not do that, well then, bye. We'll talk later when you do. We'll talk later when you do. Just not on the priority spectrum of mine at the current moment. But I do need to bump her ass up to the, to the top. So, absolutely, Cece. That's like literally it. But the key is, though, you guys at some point have to start expecting that from them. Okay, you have to at some point start expecting something different from your SP, because this is where does affirming work and does it help? Yes, but how you see that person and how you see yourself is equally important. You know, because you don't want because let's say you're affirming that he's contacting you. He's contacting you. But you don't look at him in a positive light at the current moment, or you're not persisting in the perfect version of your SP for you. He very much may contact you, but it isn't going to be the message you wanted to hear. because because you want perfect boyfriend. You want your perfect version, the one that you love, not asshole version. Because if you persist an asshole version, he may contact you in an asshole-ish way. say mean, hurtful things to you. That's not what your ass wants, is it? No. That's not what you want. I'm struggling with not focusing on what my SP is doing in the 3D. Okay, so Anna, when you're struggling with not focusing on what your SP is doing in the 3D because you're looking at it like don't focus. Here's the thing. I am a special case, I guess you can say, where I purposely would put myself in situations where most of you guys would have been hella triggered. Okay. But I started getting good at telling myself exactly what I wanted to see, right? So I didn't struggle with not focusing on what he was doing. I just gave it a different meaning. You know, because, or I would create what he's fucking doing. If I thought about it, I'd be like, no, he's playing his video games, right? Choose something with your SP that you know he does, okay? That you know that they do, and just tell yourself like, no, that's what he's doing right now. Like maybe he's a golfer. Oh yeah, he's just golfing with his buddies today. Yeah, what time is it? Oh, he's off of work now. You know that about him? Oh, it's cool. Yeah, you know, oh, it's cool. It's, you know, he's busy cooking dinner and he's laying down watching Netflix, right? You control the narrative. So, I mean, I don't give unrealistic advice here. So I'm not going to tell you to ignore the 3D. I don't think that's realistic, you know, because you're not blind and this is what we see. So how the hell do you ignore the 3D when it stares you in your face? But what you tend to do is give false narratives that don't benefit you. And that's the problem, is if you're going to give a narrative and you're going to make up a story in your mind, the story may as well benefit your ass instead of not benefiting you. Because what does it look like for you to sit down and wonder what your SP is doing and creating this narrative that, like, I wonder if he's talking to somebody else, you know, maybe he's on, oh, it's Friday night, maybe he's on a date tonight. How the fuck does that benefit you? It doesn't. It doesn't make you feel good and it doesn't benefit you. So instead, you should be focusing on like, oh, it's Friday. Yeah, he's totally at home, alone, watching Netflix. That's it. So make up whatever narrative is going to serve you. But so many of you guys will make these stories and be like, well, I always catch myself wondering, you know, this. I'm like, for what? Hey, Brittany girl, for what? You know, like it doesn't make any sense. It literally makes 0 sense for you guys to get in your own thought space and create narratives that don't benefit you at all. It's the stupidest thing you can do. Okay. Yeah. Well, glitter sparkles. I gave up my Honda Accord. It was time. I couldn't believe somebody even bought it, to be honest. I did the whole like junk car thing where they come and take your car. and I was expecting like $50. Okay. Cause I had given the car to a friend of mine and he took the bumper off. And so it had no bumper. Then I told you my brother got in a car accident, hit 4 cars in my car. So there's that. Then on top of that, I think I got drugged when I was out at happy hour during the pandemic when he had like 6 feet distancing and shit. And he had to eat outside because I had only taken 2 shots of tequila. I've drinking far more than that in my life, let alone to black out. And so I got sick in my backseat. It was a hot mess. So, but they gave me like $2,000. I was like, oh shit, I'll take it. I'll take it before they realize that the car doesn't work. What are some tips or success stories for believing that my SP can actually come back better? Oh God, there's oodles of success stories of people whose SPs come back exactly in the version that they want. But here's what you have to understand is oftentimes, because this is a muscle that we're nurturing, if you will, is that they'll come back and you'll get bits and pieces of old version, bits and pieces of new version. Okay. But you can't react to old version. You must persist in new version, right? I have a lot of people who have gotten plenty of, that's how their SPs are coming back, is as their perfect person. Might have a little bit of flaws, but that's where we refine, right? You're constantly refining perfect boyfriend, because you have the things that you know about this person plus the things that you want about them. But then, like, let's say they come back and they're all those things, but then they do something else, right? And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't like that. So now we add that to perfect boyfriend, right? But it's something you didn't think about in the past. So it didn't affect you and you weren't focused on that feature of your perfect boyfriend. But now he comes back and you're like, oh, yeah, well, I don't really care for that. So let's change that, right? Or, ooh, that was an attitude. That's okay, but you have to persist in perfect boyfriend, okay? Because your boyfriend left you. Look at it this way. Your boyfriend broke up with you because of the version of him that you selected, which was not, if you look at the version of your SP when you first met, right? How he was for you when you first met, then compare that to the SP that you had when you broke up. Hey, Organically Zen Skincare. Okay, compare the two versions. I can guarantee you the one that broke up with you is not the same version as the one that you dated in the beginning. And if you go through memory lane from the time that you dated to the time that you ended the relation, to the time the relationship ended, you can see the version of your SP changing over time. So to get it back, there's no difference. There's no difference, which is why when I walk you through the exercise, I always say, go back to the time when everything was perfect in your relationship. Who was that person? He's not the same that broke up with you. You'll know. You'll know. You'll be like, yeah, nope, not the same guy. Oftentimes you'll even say that, like, I don't even recognize him. He's not the same guy that I fell in love with. Of course he's not. That's all you. Because you reacted throughout your relationship. You constantly reacted to shit. You constantly complained and bitched and moaned every time you had an argument, every time you did something that annoyed you, and you changed the version of him over time to a guy who you don't even recognize. So that's not who he is, right? So he's the same guy. It's infinite versions of him. So you're just going back and selecting perfect one. The one that he was when we first dated, not the one that broke my heart. The one when we first dated. That's the version I'm going back to. And then refining that version. Okay. Monique, it doesn't matter if you're blocked. Somebody literally in the comments above said, I did everything and got unblocked. Okay. So that doesn't matter if you're blocked. Usually that's how most of you guys come here, is you're blocked on everything. And then all of a sudden they unblock you and start talking to you. Okay. So like I said, in the beginning of this whole live, somebody just said she just got unblocked, right? It's not that difficult. Hey, Blodsby. It's not that difficult to just click an unblock button, right? It's literally a one step. Actually, it's, I feel like I have to sneeze. Actually, I think it's only one step to unblock someone and 2 steps to block them. So it's actually less effort to unblock. So you have to look at it that way. You have to look at it that way, and it will turn around. I'm backwards, married, a little contact. I don't know what you're talking about, Flashy. She has a lot of contact. Don't fucking listen to her. Don't listen to her. Taylor. Yeah, I'm going to make some content as well, Flashy, for married people. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We should create a group within our community for married people so that you guys can support each other. Because, Flashy, I actually talked to somebody, I want to say yesterday, where her situation somewhat mirrors yours. I mean, you're further along for sure. But I thought you could encourage her because your stories very much mirror each other. Okay. And so she's working on the contact portion of it. So I think that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll create that group so you guys can support each other in there. Because, man, Flashy, she's on a mission. She's on a mission. It doesn't matter, Monique, if you're blocked on social media. I assume that's where you were blocked. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Y'all need to get over the being blocked on social media shit. Mouth closed, Kurt. No, it's not weird that you missed me. I missed you too. I sleep around, by the way, just so you guys are aware. I was joking. I said, because a lot of you guys will fall asleep listening to my stuff. I'm like, I sleep around. I had the most bizarre dream yesterday. I was like in a Jumanji with my boyfriend. What do I do for husband to reconcile us and for me to move back home and leave gutter trash? Okay, it's Miss Monica. We don't call three P's here because 3 P's implies competition. No, they're called gutter trash here because no one competes with trash. Okay, so that's what we call it here. And so what do you do for husband to reconcile? So, okay, so let's, this is a twofold, okay? So you have gutter trash, okay? First of all, you cannot ever view, thanks Uncle Girl. First of all, you can never view gutter trash as the reason you and your husband are not together. You cannot do that, okay? You cannot view her as the obstacle standing in between you and hubby, okay? Because when you start to manifest for gutter trash to go back to the dumpster she crawled out of, and for hubby to come home and to you, you have to understand that whatever has to happen for that to unfold naturally is exactly what's going to happen. So you can't be like, you can't look at it like me and hubby cannot start to reconcile unless gutter trash is gone. You can't do that because there's all kinds of different ways gutter trash will exit. To some, gutter trash exits immediately, but to others, it's not immediate. It's not immediate. Gutter trash could be there all the way. And this is what you have to understand is gutter trash is typically, thanks La Senorita. Typically gutter trash is the reason, she aids in your manifestation. She helps you. Okay. And even if she doesn't know it. But typically she often will be the reason you and SP get back together fully. I'm not saying back in contact, right? You can very easily get back in contact with gutter trash still there. You could very easily start spending time together with gutter trash still there. And then gutter trash will be the reason you and your husband fully reconcile. Okay? But you have to understand whatever happens naturally for that to become true is going to happen. So, since you're married, what we want to do is this. We first need to create the wedge between hubby and gutter trash, okay? This is gutter trash, this is hubby, this is you, okay? So we want to give gutter trash an identity that benefits you. The fact that you're the wife tells me that she's aware of you, okay? So with that being said, we want to now assume that gutter trash is fucking crazy. First of all, she's crazy and she's very jealous of you. Tell yourself that. So she's crazy and she's super jealous of me, right? Because what happens when gutter trash is jealous of you is she'll talk about you to hubby all the time, because she's jealous of you. So now she's aiding in your manifestation. She's keeping you top of mind because he's not even talking about you and she can't stop talking about you because she's very jealous of you, okay? So we've created that wedge. She's crazy. She has to conform to whatever this is where we leverage the law, okay? It's not about following the law. It's about finding loopholes and leveraging, okay, to aid in your manifestation, okay? So now she's crazy and she's jealous of you, right? That's the identities you've given her, which means she has to play that part, okay? She has to play that part to hubby, Okay. So now you've created, and then you can affirm, right? So I would affirm, when I affirm to get her trash away, I would say something like, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. I said they argue all day, every day. Like all they do is argue, and he fucking hates her. That's what I said. Okay. So then the wedge has been created, because now that's going to be true. And you will not need to seek confirmation. He will confirm. In fact, he will actually, you'll find what's more fascinating is that he will actually say your affirmations back to you about gutter trash. And then you're just like, oh really? So now you got the wedge, right? So gutter trash is gonna play her part. She's gonna do exactly what you did, what everybody else does to save their relationship. She's gonna force the 3D. And we all know, just like you know, that doesn't work. Okay, so she's gonna force a 3D, and that's gonna push him away from her. This is where she aids in your manifestation. Okay, so now he doesn't like her. He doesn't want anything to do with her now, right? Because she's now crazy and jealous of you and forcing the 3D to push him away. You're also affirming and saying perfect husband, right? You're also describing perfect husband and affirming for you and husband. So therefore he turns around and he comes on home to mama. That's how that works. And it works like a fucking charm. You can tell her anything you want about her. You want her to find somebody else? She will. Flashy knows that. Okay? It only takes one person to save the marriage. It only takes one person to fight for the marriage. Okay? It doesn't take two people. That's where marriage therapy doesn't fucking work. Okay? It only takes one person to save this marriage. So if you will commit and you will fight for your husband, guess what? That's right, bitch. Yeah, fuck gutter trash. Okay? So if you'll fight for your husband, then he will come home. Okay, and then that's where you're going, that's where it gets exciting. And that's why I love what I do. If I can save marriages, why not? Why not? If I can bring couples back together, why not? You want to manifest a penthouse? Okay, girl. You need to see yourself as someone living in a penthouse. Okay. You need to see yourself as somebody who is living in a penthouse. Okay. So if you want somebody to live in, let's say you have one in mind, you could just be like, same thing with a car, same thing with everything else, is you have to, one, see yourself as that bitch that lives in a penthouse, right? And then two, you can literally be like, I just got approved for the perfect penthouse. I'm about to move. I'm so excited. I just got approved for the perfect penthouse. Right? And that will happen. If you want a lot of money so that you can get the perfect penthouse, you don't have to worry about money to get what you want. But if you insist, if the logical part of your brain wants a lot of money so you can get the penthouse, then you need to start affirming it and seeing yourself as somebody who has a lot of money, right? I'm rich as fuck. I always have plenty of money. Like, I've got 20 grand in the bank right now. I literally have 20 grand in the bank right now. My bank account is increasing every single day. Right? I get money from everywhere. Money just comes to me out of thin air every single day. Right? Things like that. And then you will move into your penthouse. And then, girl, then invite me over so I can check out your penthouse. User 7900, you absolutely can manifest for your daughter. I don't care who fucking tells you otherwise. They don't know what they're talking about. Yes, you can. Because I manifest for my daughter. She wants long hair. She really wants long hair. She's got very curly hair. So she doesn't understand that if you were to take a curl and do this, like, her hair's like long. But that's not what she sees every day, right? So she really wants long hair. And I'm tired of buying hundreds of dollars in hair care products. So I'm like, yeah, nah. I'm over the whole like she has one of those shoe things that you would put on a wall, like behind a door, that's got like 50 fucking slots for shoes. That's what she has on the back of her bathroom door, full of hair product. And I'm just like, you have probably thousands of dollars in hair product. And so, and then you got to buy it again. So I was like, no, I'm just going to manifest long hair for your ass. How about that? But since I started manifesting, I wouldn't do it. I don't robotically affirm for her and long hair, but I would literally just be like, every time I see her, I'm like, her hair is getting longer and longer every single day. Every time she washes her hair with water, it gets longer, right? And her hair is substantially grown. It's substantially grown, a lot. And same with my brother. I manifested for my brother. He was going through hard times financially. We were making him pay his own bills. And so we were like, because we used to help him out a lot financially. And so I told him, we started saying, you got to start taking care of yourself. Like, you're 40, you know. And so he started panicking. Like, he's like, how am I going to do it? I'm going to be homeless, living in my Mercedes. You know, I can't do this. My mental health is on the decline. Like, it's spiraling. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this. And so people would ask me about my brother. And at first I was like, well, you know, I was like, he's panicking because he's got to pay his own bills and he's not sure he's going to survive, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, oh, I can change that. So then when people were asking for updates on my brother, I started telling them, I was like, you know, he's going to get through this. I said, every day he's getting better and he's going to get through this. I know that when he moves, he's going to come out of this a much stronger person. And he's going to be so proud of himself because he did this. Like, he's finally taking care of himself 100% independent. And sure enough, he ended up moving like 30 days later. He lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, got a 2-bedroom apartment, nicer apartment. And, he has Disneyland season passes for him and my nephew. He took him to Disney World on vacation, which is not cheap, especially with my brother, because he likes to buy him everything under the damn sun. You know, all this stuff. Was able to take a 10-day vacation with him. All of this stuff. Because I told a different story. I started describing and telling a different story. And because he's in my reality, his life changed to match. So I think it's great that you want to manifest for your daughter. You can manifest anything you want for your daughter. Yeah, by changing her story, okay? And that's the key there, is by changing her story. Because then she has to match it. She shows up, because she's in your reality based on your assumptions of her. So if you can have her do and be whoever she wants. Yes? I'm going to manifest for my daughter being a supermodel. That's what she wants to do. She wants to do modeling. So... I'm going to manifest her ass fucking turning front forward facing so I could take a picture of her ass too. Can it happen too if your ex married someone else already? Yeah, it can. Yeah, circumstances don't matter. It doesn't matter the case, right? So circumstances don't matter. So gutter trash is no different than a new wife. It's the same thing, right? So it's the same thing. There's no difference. People are people, right? There's no like, you can manifest a single person, but you can't manifest your ex-husband back. That's not true, right? Now, I don't personally advise manifesting your ex back if he's only an ex-boyfriend when it comes to him being married to somebody else. It's not really my vibe. I mean, you could do you, but it's not my vibe in breaking up marriages unless there's a situation behind it. So like, one of my clients, she's married to her husband for like 30 years, you know? So like, they have history together. So that I fully support, because like, half of your life has been with this person, you know, and it's your ex-husband. So if that's the case, then yeah, get your husband back. Why not? He was married to you first, right? I don't see any harm in that. But I would advise against it if it's just an ex-boyfriend. Only because especially, and if there's children involved, because there's a series of events that must transpire naturally. It's kind of like someone trying to manifest their children away. There's a series of events that needs to unfold for that to become true. And how is he going to feel doing that? You know what I'm saying? So, but yes, you can. That was a really long answer, Rhea, to say, yes, you can. There you go, Layla. Lele. Make sure he's rich. I'm just make sure he's rich. Manifest getting pregnant by a guy. What the fuck? See, man, Lisa, I've never been in a place where they're like bingo. Bingo's my shit. Although I don't understand when people have like 8 bingo cards. I'm like, how the hell do you keep up with 8 bingo? I have a hard enough time keeping up with 1. I used to play bingo when I lived in Vegas for a couple of years. But they were never fucking giving away a car. Man, I'm in the wrong bingo nights. Although me and my bestie, our local community center here is hosting a bunko night. And we're like, yeah, we want to go. I was like, they have drinks and appetizers. Let's go. And we have no idea what bunko is at all. She's like, I have no idea what bunko is. I said, I don't either, bitch. But we're going to go have appetizers and some cocktails and sit with some ladies and figure out what bunko is. Sounds like an old people thing to me, right? Sounds like an old people thing to me. But they always get me at food. It doesn't take a lot to get me to go somewhere. Even though my SP currently just sees me as a best friend, I want more of them. Jackie, you'll get more from your SP. If your SP sees you as his best friend, you'll get more from your SP the minute you describe that you're not a best friend, right? The minute you stop seeing and stop giving a shit what he says about best friend, like be like, well, look at it this way. Who do people marry? Their best friends, right? Oftentimes they get married to their best friend. So that's how you have to look at it and be like, yeah, okay. He'll consider you his girlfriend and you in a relationship the second you do. Okay, the second that's a label that you attach to it. You can't attach the label of best friend because he can only see you how you see you. Okay, how you think he sees you. So if he thinks you're, and I don't care if he's told you this, like I see you as a best friend. Cool. That's only because you didn't see yourself as in a relationship with your SP. You were questioning what this was, or maybe you thought you were in a situationship or a friends with benefits type thing. But the second you sit there and start attaching his behavior and everything that you're doing to not best friend to relationship, that's what he will start showing you. There's somebody that's usually on these lives. Oh yeah, she's here. I think she's here. Or she had to step away for a second. She was told the same thing, but now she laughs. I have to look at her daily dose. She sends me her daily dose of besties every day. And he told her the same shit. But the other day, he let it slip that he loves her. Or he said it on the phone before he hung up. Yeah, because they're not best friends. They're in a relationship. So that started being the meaning she's applying to everything. And what do you think he's saying now? Relationship. Thanks organically Zen skincare. Okay, that's the meaning now he's applying to it. Okay, so he's starting to act like they're in a relationship. Of course, because the second you act like you're in one, don't take him at his damn word. Fuck his word. You already know this. Fuck his word. I don't care what he says. A. I will tell, yes, we always look at their pictures. Mouth closed, Kurt. I will tell you why I suggest manifesting gutter trash away rather than them not existing. It's easy to, well, for some people it's not, but it's easy to act like somebody doesn't exist when you don't know about them. But when you know about them, it's rather difficult to act like they don't exist. You know, like it's really hard to act like they don't exist. Okay. Versus if you were to manifest gutter trash out the scene, you're only creating a wedge. That's really all you're doing. All you're doing is creating the wedge between gutter trash and SP because gutter trash plays her part. Okay, she does what everybody else tries to do. So that's the reason why we manifest them away, because you start to see movement there. Because to a lot of people, the second they know about gutter trash is they create the obstacle that gutter trash is standing in between them and SP, right? They're the reason why we aren't together. So acting like they don't exist is not realistic. Okay, so instead, if you would create the wedge, it's much more easier, and it happens a lot faster. I like to do things fast, okay? So by creating the wedge, then you start to see movement in that direction very quick, very quick. And so therefore, it encourages you to persist in UNSP, but every time the thought of gutter trash comes up, you have to change that. You have to affirm away from that, right? Because like I said, when you know about gutter trash, it's damn near impossible to just not ever think about them. To just not think about them. And to literally act like they're non-existent. Cockroaches. And I just, I love families coming back together. And I just, okay. She said, yes, Rich. MP, do I smoke? I used to. I vape, but I don't smoke. I used to when I was working at a coffee shop, because what else is there to do at a coffee shop in the evening? But eat sandwiches, drink coffee, and smoke. Jackie, I would advise against that. Okay. Unless it depends on what ChatGPT is telling you. Okay. In my experience, those that have used ChatGPT when it comes to their relationships, it didn't go well. There's like 3 or 4 people that I've talked to that have used ChatGPT. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. So make sure that whatever you're listening to ChatGPT is only what the fuck you want to hear. It's only what you want to hear. If it's something that you don't, be like, no, ChatGPT is a fucking liar. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He does not. Is ChatGPT a man or a woman? Who knows? But you better discount anything ChatGPT says that doesn't benefit you. Okay, because the problem with ChatGPT is ChatGPT will tell you things that they found on the internet. If SP wants to use it, he can knock his socks off. My boyfriend uses ChatGPT, but it's to create menu items and things like that. It's not like, tell me my fortune today, ChatGPT, will I have a great day? That's weird. Can you tell me how to manifest for me works after I fill out the form? Yeah, Robin. So typically we hop on a quick call so that I can get a little bit of backstory and that I can help you recreate your SP on the spot. And then I give you a couple affirmations to use, and then you send me your SP's photo and his name and your name, and then I get to work. So we do have to, I try to do an explainer video, but it seems to be not, I think a part of you guys need, to have the recreating your SP. It needs to be like a group project, if you know what I mean. Because then I help you take the things that you didn't like or things that you struggle with or whatever, and then we recreate them to be everything that you want them to be, so that you know how to play your part in persisting in only that version, because I can't control the version of your SP that pops up. Hey, Baker. Ooh, from Uganda. I need to travel more this year. It's on my list of things to do. How I get rid of the third party the best way. Did you, Marin, we'll call you Marinka. Did you hear the part where I told you how to manifest the SP away, or the get her trash away? Because I don't want to keep repeating it, but if you didn't hear how to do that, I can give you the quick rundown. I did make a video about that. Maybe I'll have to make another video about it. So does manifesting she can't imagine a life without me help with no contact? Well, yeah, I say that. He can't imagine his life without me in it. But that was part of my rampages, okay? Your 4 to 5, like the 4 affirmations that you use, your main affirmations, should be designed for movement, all of them. Well, yeah, 3 out of 4 are designed for movement, okay? Now in the rampage, which I'll say like twice a day, now that can have that's where those things would come in. So like the rampage, I would say something like, you know, sorry, somebody was trying to log into Google Meet and it just, sorry again, somebody keeps trying to log into damn Google Meet and it keeps trying to give me a code. No. But anyway, the rampages itself can have more than, it doesn't have to just be movement. So like my example rampage that I put in I pinned it in the affirmation help tab. So it's pinned to the top, or it should be, where I gave a sample rampage. So it'd be something like your 4 affirmations, right? He is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. He texts me good morning every single day. He is constantly buying me flowers. He loves to spoil me. He worships the ground that I walk on. He cannot get enough of me. He has to be near me all the time. He can't imagine a life without me in it. I'm the love of his life. He wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to be with me forever. He wants to spend the rest of his life with me. See what I'm saying? So in my rampage, there's some movement in them, but then other things that I want out of the situation, right? Because then what you'll find is that they will start to reflect the affirmations that your main affirmations will start to, you'll start to see movement there, but you'll also start to see him reflect the affirmations that are in your rampage as well. So that's the benefit of that, but I don't go around rampaging all damn day long. I don't do that. I'll say it like maybe 2 times a day. That's it. And I'll just run through it. I have it written down and I'll just run through it real quick and then keep pushing back to my affirmations, right? And so a lot of those things will be manifesting at the same time, because who the heck wants it to take a long time? I want all the things in the works at the same damn time. I'm going to spend, who the hell realistically wants to spend a crap ton of time manifesting contact just to get the contact, then to have to sit there for the next, month and manifest spending time with you, then sit there and now have to work and create the assumption of wanting to be with you, and you can get all those bad boys started at the same damn time, right? Because that's what speeds it up. That's what speeds it up is you just need the first hurdle. You just need to jump through the first hurdle, and then it's a race to the finish at that point. Okay. As long as you persist. Okay. The only reason it won't be a race to the finish is if you don't persist. But if you persist, then yeah, the shit speeds up real fast. It happens real quick. Okay. And that's a lot of things. You can, yes, the perfectly imperfect me, you can manifest more than one person at a time. Somebody's doing that now. She wants to have options. She wants to have options, but also you don't necessarily have to view you don't necessarily have to be, okay, so let's say you have your main SP, right? But then you have a couple guys that you're not sure which one you want, right? You don't necessarily have to affirm for all three separately. You can literally just be like he and have all three of them duke it out, okay? Because you'll notice that it's quite possible that all three of them will start to conform at the same damn time. Or the two guys that you don't have a history with will conform faster because you don't have that bad history or anything with them. You know, you don't have a lot of emotional attachment, if you will, to them. So because of that, speeds right on up. Speeds right on up. Okay, let's see here. But that's a lot of you guys need to stop. You need to stop being fucking ridiculous. That's what you need to stop doing. Let's go through here. I get stuck. Oh, you know what? I mean, if people want to, I feel like people are bored. I mean, if your SP is using it for relationship and life advice, it's like, okay, well, you let me know how that goes with ChatGPT telling you how you're going to, the fate of your relationship. Baby Gorilla, shoot your message up. And just put it in the beginning, manifest for me, so I can go ahead and respond today. Because I've been just randomly calling you guys. Like I called somebody earlier today. I'm just randomly calling you guys when I have a break in between calls versus scheduling you out. So it's like if I have 30 minutes between a call and you say, yeah, I'm available, then it's like, boom, we jump on the phone. Sure, I dated this person, we fell apart, and they moved on, and I've been using would be great. My SP is crazy about me. I've been using I don't see the rest of her fucking message. I'm trying to remember what she said. Okay. Minnie, long story short, you dated the person and you fell apart and they moved on and you've been what? Using what? Hopefully it's not ChatGPT. It doesn't matter if you dated, I don't care if you dated the person for years or you dated the person for one day. It doesn't matter. Or you never dated the person at all, but you want to date that person. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's right. He is crazy about you, girl. I'm telling you guys, a lot of times you guys will see things play out that you weren't expecting, that you literally weren't expecting at all. Okay? Because you have to know that if there's gutter trash, right? You have to know that whatever has to happen naturally, even if that means that gutter trash has to find out about you. Oftentimes, that's exactly what happens, is gutter trash will find out about you. And that's good. May not seem good at the time, but it's good. Because then they aid even quicker in your manifestation once they know about you. Yes, kitty cat. I just saw your message pop up, so I will go ahead and answer you. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Hey, Brown Eyed Krista girl. All day now. Once. I do, yes. When do you usually do your manifestation? I don't have a schedule anymore. Hey, Sibo. I don't have a schedule anymore for my affirming time, but, well, that's not true. I affirm as soon as I wake up in the morning, I will affirm. And then while I'm, when I'm taking a shower, I affirm. If I'm cooking, I'll affirm. If I'm watching Netflix, I'll affirm. And I affirm as I go to bed. Okay, that's the baseline of my schedule, but it doesn't mean I won't affirm outside of that. It depends on my thought. I can't wait till my hair grows out. It depends on my thought process throughout the day. Okay, that determines how often I will affirm. Okay, so if I find myself thinking one thought against what I want, then I'll affirm. You know, then I'll go about my day. And if I find myself having another thought, then I'll affirm, right? But typically it's just natural to me now, is I typically affirm a fair amount of my day. A fair amount of my day is unless of course I'm talking to you guys or I'm on a coaching call, then I won't be affirming, you know, but typically I do it quite a lot, but it's just who I am now. I find it fun because why would I not want to get everything that I want and more, right? Why would I not want to do that? So if I can focus my thoughts only on that, got it, Priya. If I can focus my thoughts mainly on what I want instead of what I don't, then I will affirm as much as I need to, right? Because it gets it in there. Ain't nobody got time to play games. I don't have time to play games, you know? And that's the thing, is you need to create the assumption, okay? So if you're only affirming whenever the fuck you feel like it, like a couple times a day or like 5 minutes a day, you need to create the assumption first, and then it pushes out. But not necessarily, and I don't mean the assumption of, well, you do need to start knowing that they're going to contact you and so forth, right? But it's like, let's say you're talking about money. Well, you need to create the assumption that you're fucking rich, okay? Or you could affirm all day long for money, but if you can't create the assumption that you're rich and start identifying as somebody that has a lot of money, all the affirmations in the world aren't going to make a difference. You're still going to look at your bank account and it's still going to stay the same, okay? So if you need money on a time crunch, well then shit, you know what I'm going to do all day long? I'm fucking rich. I'm rich as shit. I am rich as fuck. I always have plenty of money. I've got, you know, X amount of money in the bank right now. I have X amount of money in the bank right now. I have X amount of money. I'm going to do that shit all day if I need to, because I want my shit, right? Same with like SP. If you want perfect boyfriend to appear, then if I have to sit there all day long and affirm, I'm not saying shut down your life. I only did that shit with law of attraction. Okay, because how the hell else are you going to freaking sit there and visualize your shit? I don't think you sit there at work and your boss is like, what are you doing? You're like, excuse me, I'm doing a law of attraction technique. You know what I'm saying? So that was unrealistic, and I don't recommend you shut down your life for it. But yeah, I affirm as much as I can. What should my contact affirmations look like? Your contact, they're the same ones I say a million times. They rebu because they work. She is so obsessed with me. I'm all she ever thinks about. Okay. She's always calling and texting me. She's constantly spending time with me. She'll do anything to be with me right now. Or they're begging for me to take them back right now. Okay. But I like either one. I like either one. Hey, you're welcome, Jenna. Always a good time talking to you, girl. I like to do them as often as I can. Use my perfect way. But here's what I need. It's a special tone or feeling when affirming. No, son, you do not need any of that. All you need to do is say it. Like, you know, he is so in love with me. 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 That's all you have to do, because you're saying it in your mind. So it's really hard to have like a tone in your mind. Can you do it? Let's try. Yeah, no, it's really hard to have a tone in your mind. It's kind of like flat, right? And that doesn't matter, because that's your thought process. That's how you think. So you do not have to feel it real. Oh man, the card reader. What are you doing, Sophia? What are you fucking doing? I mean, in all honesty, Why would you have gone to this isn't your first day, bitch. This isn't your first day. Yeah, I recognize you. So why in the fuck would you have gone? You know my stance. Everybody in here knows my stance. Why the hell did you go have your cards read? Why? And then say that you can't stop spiraling since they said the opposite. I'm sure the fuck they did. I'm sure they did. Because card readers know why you went there. They know exactly why you went there. They're frauds. They're complete frauds and fraudulent. They have no idea. Frauds and fraudulent would be the same fucking thing. But anyway, they're scammers. That's what they are. They know exactly why you went to them. So they're going to tell you that your relationship is coming to an end, that he's never going to get back together with you, that he's fucking with other people, that he's never coming back. Why the hell would you listen to them? Why? You know better than that. So fuck what they say. Why would you choose to? Because this is the thing. The card reader is never right. Excuse me. Let me retract. The card reader is always right if you choose to listen to what the fuck she said. Because it isn't her that's right. It's you creating that assumption that she's right. And you getting clearly in your thoughts after the card reading. And that's going to produce. Unless you decide right now, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Nope. Doesn't know what she's talking about. That does not apply to me. And then get your money back. File a charge back. All of you need to stop going to card readers and tarot card readers. All of you need to stop doing that. Because none of that benefits you. None of that shit benefits you. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They do not know what they're talking about. I have a deck of tarot cards. Maybe I'll go on once a week and do a tarot card reading for you guys. You can come and ask me what your questions are, and I'll just pull out my fucking tarot cards. I'll do a little shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, the card came down. Ooh. Except the difference between them and me is I'll give you the best card reading of your fucking life. Because I know that you listen to them. Because I know that you guys take what they say serious. For what? You think, logically speaking, do you think for a second that I would ever in my life live my life off of a fucking card reading? That's so different. Hey, here's the thing, guys. You guys don't even need to go to a card reading. You know what you need to go do? What you need to go do is go order some fucking Chinese food. They all come with a fortune cookie, right? Fortune cookie. Crack that bitch open. Reading done. At least that's just going to tell you what you want to hear. That's all you need to do. Just go get a fortune cookie. And then go dig your hand in the whole thing and grab a whole bunch of them. So all you have to do is keep opening up the fucking fortune cookies. Card reading done. Why do you do that? So pick your fucking self up. Fuck what she said. Who gives a shit what she said? Fuck her. And go back on track. Go back to what you were doing before. And discount what the hell she said. Because she doesn't know what she's talking about. They should all be out of business. I wish people would stop giving them testimonials and instead give them testimonials. Because you know what? I bet you a lot that they get a lot of testimonials for what fucking bullshit they were. But they don't post those, do they? No, why would they? Why would they? And if you actually look at the amount of testimonials they have, they're like hardly any. I've been on some of them because I thought about doing the whole love spell thing when I was into law of attraction. Although I was just too cheap to spend the money. I was like, So, but you look at the testimonials, there's like 10. I was like, that's all you got? 10? That's it. I have hundreds. I just haven't gotten around to cropping them all and putting them in a Google Drive and then putting them on my sales pages because trust me, you'd be scrolling for fucking days like, Jesus Christ, it never ends. Yeah. So Sophia, you're going to pick yourself up and you're going to persist in what we talked about. You're going to persist in what we talk about here, not what the fucking card reader told you. Go get your money back. File a charge back. I would file a charge back in a hot ass second and be like, no, she told me what I didn't want to hear. She's a fraud. She's a scammer. Give my fucking money back. None of you guys, thanks, Jolene girl. None of you should ever listen. I don't care if it's your mother, if it's your fucking friend, if it's your bestie, if it's a coworker, if it's your entire goddamn family, your entire church community. I don't give a shit who they are. None of you should listen to anybody who tells you anything you don't want to hear. Anything you don't want to hear. Howdy, you got me? You got me? That's what I'm saying, is you guys should not be listening to anything you don't want to hear. You should reject it automatically. Reject. What are you talking about? Reject. Did you say something I don't like? Reject. I'm sorry, you don't like my boyfriend? Reject. Oh, you don't think I should get back together with my boyfriend? Reject. Over and over and over again. Oh, that denial notice? Yeah, reject. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I just got approved. You should never accept in your reality shit you don't like. And I don't care who the source is either. I don't give a shit who the source is. It could be your pastor at church. If they tell you something you don't like, reject. Doctor, reject. Therapist, reject. I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't care how much evidence they want to show you in your face. I don't think so, bitch. I'm going to go back to doing me. You can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself. Your opinions are all irrelevant in my life, unless it's what I want to hear. And if it isn't what I want to hear, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I tell you guys, that's what I do. You said what? Okay, yeah, cool. I don't need to talk to you. You can call me 55,000 times again. Guess what? You're going to get a fucking dial tone, bitch. Because I don't need to talk to you about it at all. I'm not going to, never. I don't listen to shit if it is not what I want to hear. And you guys need to stop listening to everybody, including your SPs. If they tell you something you don't want to hear, something you don't like, the fuck? Okay, cool. In here, you'll say exactly what I want to hear. That's it. I'm not going to listen to shit. And that's where you guys kill me. That's where you guys kill me. Because you do. You guys pay thousands of dollars to these fucking frauds on the internet. You pay thousands of dollars to people that give you nothing. That get you no result at all. That get you nothing. Thousands of dollars. Are you in contact? No, we're not in contact. They couldn't even get you contact. And you spent thousands of dollars. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people get contact right here on my live for fucking free. But you'll go spend hundreds of dollars for psychics, tarot card readings, other bullshit coaches, email coaching, love spells. What else we got here? All the other bullshit. But then it's like, ooh, Jen, you charge $97 for a coaching call. You have hundreds of testimonials, granted. I don't think it's for me. But you'll spend thousands with other people to be still in no contact 2 years later. I have someone who spent $10,000, 10 grand, and still in 3 years was nowhere until we started working together. So you all need to stop. I'm not saying you need to work with me. That's why I told you, I don't ever have to hard sell shit. It's not my vibe. But y'all need to stop paying for bullshit people to tell you what you don't want to hear. That's fucking stupid. I would have, in a heart second, I would have been like, I want my goddamn money back. That's like going to the grocery store and buying a whole bag of rotten ass apples. You gonna take that shit home or are you gonna go ask for your money back? Yeah, I thought so. So you need to stop doing that. I don't want to see no more of that. I can't even say that because somebody. Oh, I used to have bangs. I used to have bangs, Diamond, but I'm a stickler with things being in my face, but I used to actually have bangs. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see that bullshit anymore. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will because y'all can't help your fucking selves. You can't help yourselves. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to see what you're doing. And I just need you guys to know that that's just not the vibe. That's not the fucking vibe. If I can save all of you guys from fucking paying tarot card readers and psychics, then you know what? I will sleep very happy at night. They may not be sleeping very they may not be sleeping very happy at night, but I will definitely be sleeping like a fucking baby. The only reason they're not happy is because it's affecting their bank account. I don't give a shit. I don't care. They're all complete bullshit. I'm sure, you know what, Brahma? I'm sure you fucking did. I'm not talking to you. Go away. Go away, Brahma, with your nonsense. I tell you guys, the only tarot card reading you should be doing is going on YouTube and doing pick a card readings. And then go through the cards until you hear the one exactly what you wanted to hear. I used to do that. Go through the cards. Oh, nope, that wasn't my card. I meant to pick card number 2. Listen to them. Oh, no, let's go card number 3. And then if I go through all the cards, then I'll be like, oh no, yeah, card number 2, yeah. Listen to that again. Oh yeah, that's mine. That's what I would do. Only the card that I wanted to hear. If I had to go through all fucking 4 cards, that's what I did. Because they're all going to be like, stare at the crystal and see which one is calling to you. And I would do it. I'm like, that one. Usually it was the same fucking crystal because I like pink and purple. So let me pick that one. Ashley, what do I do differently than other coaches? Well, we'll start with one of the obvious. I actually talk to you. As silly as that may sound, a lot of coaches don't talk to you. They do email coaching, right? But in emails, they don't tell you if you're doing it right. They don't really tell you what to do, like things like that. So I actually speak to you. I listen to your story. Yes, we go down memory fucking lane. Other coaches will be like, no, I don't need the backstory because that's not relevant. That's old story. No, you need the backstory because how the fuck do I help you recreate your SP? See, a lot of them will just sell you affirmations and tell you to affirm. Okay, and here's a list of 25 affirmations for you to choose from, and then you just need to affirm. Nah. Because if you look at most of the coaches out there, this was a good one, actually, because I'm going to call them out. This was a good one, where a lot of coaches are saying they manifested an SP. Now, the reason I'm speechless by that statement is because every fucking one of your SPs is a manifestation. So, debunked right there. They manifested an SP, not their SP back. Okay, there's a difference between manifesting a boyfriend than manifesting your ex-boyfriend back. There's a very big difference there because every one of your relationships you manifested. Every single one of them. So why would you hire a coach that manifested an SP, not their SP back, right? That doesn't make any sense because it's not hard to do, right? But this is why they don't know what they're talking about when it necessarily comes to manifesting your SP back, because they haven't done that. So it's easy to sit there and be like, in a perfect world, this is what I want in my next partner, right? That's how I met my SP, right? Because I wanted something different. And I knew what I wanted in my SP, then boom. Even though I had seen him around the complex for 5 years, all of a sudden this time I actually saw him. Okay. So it was different, right? It's not hard to manifest an SP. I look at your relationships. They're all manifestations. So that's funny. But to manifest an SP back, you have to change how you see your SP because now you have history with SP. So yes, I do need a backstory because I need to know how your relationship went. Then what's your current situation? Then we recreate your SP together because that is one of the most important parts of getting your SP back is getting the version of your SP that you want, not the one that broke up with you, but the one that you love. Okay, so we recreate that together. Then we curate affirmations and I lay out a very simple plan to get your SP back. Okay, I make it very simple, but that's the main difference is I actually speak to you as a human being like on the phone, okay? And then we go through the whole thing together. But then I don't abandon you after that, okay? I'm not like, all right, now you got your plan, best of luck. I don't do that. I'll sit there and tell you guys have my cell phone number. I don't hide from you. And I'll be like, keep me in the loop, catch me up, what's going on, and so forth. And so then people will, a lot of people sometimes will book another call because they just need to be kept on track, or they're getting movement and now want to know how to handle the movement, right? So then we move forward from there. But yeah, I don't abandon you. You're not a number to me. You're an actual fucking person. And most coaches, with the exception of a couple, there's only a couple out there, but most coaches, you're not a person to them. They don't give a shit. They don't. That's why they don't dedicate, that's why they don't do time with you. They sell you emails. So there's that part of it. But yeah. Hey, you know what? I just do a pick card reading. Just do the pick cards, guys. They're free. They're completely free. Online. They told me my SP isn't strongly attracted to me. Brahma. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. They don't know what they're talking about. I like Ellie in the 40. I don't have any. I told you there's maybe, if I'm realistically speaking, there's maybe one or two. Well, Ellie in the 40, I like Ellie in the 40. But maybe there's 2 other people I would trust. Other than that, not really. Not really. But that's why somebody went to me, because she came across one of my videos and said, you know what? She goes, it's true, I've hired other coaches, but she goes, it didn't dawn on me until you said something that none of them manifested their SPs back. They just manifested an SP. And I said, that's fucking, what? That's stupid. Because all of you guys have manifested each and every one of your boyfriends. So, job done. And yeah, she's on a bit of a different vibe. So, but I like her. I like her. No, we don't. I don't talk shit about Ellie in the 40. Why would I? I like her. And I'm not familiar with her spells. So what do I look like speaking on her spells? She can speak on them. I have no idea. So, but yeah, I would trust people that are out there doing good work. Okay. Not people out there that are not. And there's a lot of them, unfortunately, that are not. So you got to trust them. Okay. Kids yesterday. I told him it was raining. I'm getting a sleepy baby ready, but he doesn't speak. Will you perform surgery on him? Huh? No. Oh, hey, welcome to my bestie. No. I will not perform surgery on a goddamn thing. Not even on a dead rabbit's foot. I hated that part of the science. The squid eye and dissecting a frog. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, that's true, Ellie. That's true. No one checks emails. That's a good point. Yeah, Sibo. Are most coaches I wouldn't call them scammers, okay? I'm not out here to throw rocks at all coaches and say they're all scammers. Like, no. I think a lot of them just pair a lot of information that's online, instead of walking the walk and talking the talk. Like I told you, there's a couple people that I followed where it just clicked on me that they tell you their stories. And I'm like, wait a minute. You started teaching on manifestation, but you didn't have anything. Then all of a sudden you went to making $1,000 a day and $5,000 a day and so forth. Because you were coaching people on something that you just learned, right? You didn't actually apply it. Now, I'm sure they're really great at manifesting, but that's not how they got their start in it. you know. And so, like I told you, there's another girl that parrots off of somebody else and tapped into her audience, but she didn't manifest shit for, she like, because you can look at her stories for I think months or a year. Now she's finally got her own apartment, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is to check the facts of people. Not like you need their background history, but just listen to what they're saying. Does their advice make sense or does it not? Are they there to help you or are they not? That's all I'm saying. I don't need to throw shade and call them all scammers. Some of them I feel slightly about. But tarot card readers and psychics, all day long I'll call them scammers. All day long. And I'll say it to their face. Because those people are only reading off of your energy and your face. And they know why you're going to them. Okay? Because you literally fill out a little form on your current situation. So if you're going for them about the fate of your relationship, guess what that tells them? It's obviously not good. Okay? Because who the hell goes to a psychic and tarot card reader when everything is glorious? They don't, right? You go to them because you're unsure in your thoughts. That's why they play off of that. That's all that is. That's all that is. Okay? So, but again, everything is, at the same time, everything is an assumption. Okay? So if you go to somebody and you assume what they tell you is correct, then you're right. You're right. They're not right. You are. So if you go and let's say you're like a huge believer in crystals and the power of crystals and so forth, if you believe that enough, now again, it has to become an assumption. You can't just be like you heard it on a fucking commercial and you went and bought crystals and put them around your house and are expecting boatloads of money just to show up on the porch because the crystal company said it would. No. That's not how that works. You have to actually create the assumption that that works. Okay. Same with anything else is you have to believe what they say. So this is why tarot cards and psychic readers are right often because they're not right. You chose to believe what they told you and therefore it manifested. I told you, I have a lady who came to me because literally they said by February, he's going to break up with you. So what do you think she did from now until February? Count the days down. Get all in her thoughts about, oh my gosh, she said he's going to break up with me. Oh my God. And then come February 1st, man, she was even, her thoughts as they got closer to February intensified. All about the breakup. Therefore, sure enough, come February, what happened? The breakup. She practically planned her own breakup because she went off what the tarot card reader said. Okay. You just saw somebody totally fine. And she's rocking and rolling. And then she went to a card reader. And then what happened? Now it got her all fucked up. Ellie in the 40 has a rabbit foot tattooed. My boyfriend has one on as a keychain. But that's where you guys have to remember, okay? You guys have to remember that. It's like everything is a belief, okay? Everything boils down to your beliefs. And if you choose to believe something is true, then it's always going to be true for you. So therefore, I would want to believe that something, so if you're going to go buy something, I'd want to believe that that shit's going to work. Would you look like going and buying a magic candle, a spell candle, and then, but you're going to question if that shit's going to work and then wonder why it doesn't work. Go buy some kind of, ritual, but then question if it's going to work. Well, then that's exactly the results you're going to get. But what would happen if you actually went and bought it knowing, oh, hell yeah, this is the solution, baby. This is absolutely going to work. This is all I need. Well, then you might get a different result, but it isn't the seance that's working. It's your belief in it, right? And so choose to believe in only what you want to believe. Okay? I did a spell once, I'm not gonna lie. And it worked. It did. But I choose to do the most simplistic of spells because I'm not gonna go to Hobby Lobby and buy 55,000 ingredients. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I took a saying off of Pinterest. bored. So there's that part. You probably should. You probably shouldn't go to Pinterest looking for your solution. Just like you shouldn't go to ChatGPT looking for your fucking solution either. Okay, like, you know, there's that. That's a lot of you guys do your affirmations and they're just like, they're very wordy, and or don't make any sense. And I have to decipher where the fuck you're even going with that affirmation. Or there's absolutely no movement involved. You should have movement. Yes, I love Ellie of the 40. I like a good witch. I like a good witch. And you know, it's funny because I worked with a couple of them, and actually they said, yeah, that's what they come from a whole lineage of witches, and they actually came. That was when they started watching our content, that they started realizing that, yeah, it boils down to your beliefs, right? And having the belief as the main tool, right? I mean, when you were a kid, you believed in Santa Claus, right? And did you not wake up the next day with a shit ton of gifts? And then you also believed in the tooth fairy, because, well, now I like to believe in the rock was my tooth fairy. You know what I'm saying? Wish I would have woken up to him coming through the window that was locked. But you'd wake up and what would happen? You'd have, when I was a kid, you'd have like $1 or 50 cents. But nowadays, the kids be having $5 to $20 per fucking tooth. And then I always ask my mom, I used to ask her, I'm like, what are you supposed to do with these teeth? Are you supposed to keep them? Because I feel like that's really creepy just to keep the teeth. And then you believed in the Easter Bunny, and what would happen? You'd wake up and you have a whole basket full of shit and eggs, right? Because you believed in it. Only my daughter, when she was young, realized the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus were phony. And then I had to be like, shh, don't tell anybody. Because she was young. Like, she was young, like 6 or maybe not that young. I don't know, like 7. I don't know when they stopped believing, but she was way before that time. She was like young in elementary school. And she was like, every time we take her to multiple events, that's why you should only take them to one. We take her to multiple events and she'd be like, Mommy, why does Santa Claus look different at home? So you have to make up a story. And then the Easter Bunny, right? Some are brown bunnies, some are white bunnies. With the big ass fucking eyes, because they have to be able to see. Jenna, friend just called me and went to a psychic. She said, you have a friend manifesting. Well, that psychic is right. She's good. Yes, I know exactly which manifestation coach you're talking about, Brahma. She teaches you how to manifest money more like on a time crunch, right? But she gives very realistic advice, and she's done it. She's done it where she's like, her big thing is like, if you can't pay your rent, here's how you can manifest money to pay your rent, right? Things like that. I follow her on YouTube. Got to stay up in the game. But then I started following stopped following a lot of people. Yeah, it is. It's a tarot card readers are stupid. Can I plan on Thursday that me and SP and other SP, we are friends again and in contact? Yeah, sure, Ren. You can. Ren, for you can, but you have to discipline yourself. You literally have to fucking discipline yourself. Okay? Because you can manifest anything by Thursday. I mean, that literally is tomorrow. You can do that, but it requires significant discipline. Okay? Significant discipline. Okay? But you can do whatever you want. You can manifest somebody, you can manifest them in an hour to contact you, 10 minutes to contact you. The minute you expect that from them, I don't understand why you all don't expect it. Hey, Ashley girl, why you don't expect? Yeah, why you don't start? You need to start expecting something different from your SPs, for Christ's sakes. Expect something different. You guys so easily do you guys over and over and over. Me and Ellie in the 40, we're very in sync right now. Yeah, Sophia, you can. You can record your affirmations and listen to them. But you can't rely on that, okay? You can't rely on listening to something because you can listen to something and be thinking about something else at the same as time, at the whole same as time. I would watch YouTube videos and affirm during the YouTube videos, right? So you can listen to your affirmations, but you need to say them. Okay, I'm not saying you need to walk around town saying them all damn day long, but you need to say them. You can't solely relying on the audio to like be like, yep, I'm all done, baby. It's all done, right? Like, because I listened to them, right? You can't do that. But if the thought of your SP comes up, then you need to replace that thought. You have to flip that. You have to do something like that. Can you still manifest someone that's with someone else? Been manifesting, but just saw it pick up. Yeah, Michelle, you can manifest somebody that's with someone else. Yeah, I mean, that's called gutter trash. That's what we call them here. If they're like, if they have like a new girlfriend, yeah, I don't support manifesting someone who's married to someone else. Okay, because that to me is, there's an ethics thing there. And on top of that, it's not gonna like literally benefit you, okay? Because, thanks NKD girl, because it doesn't benefit you because you would have to literally, you're like the kids came in, you're like, shit, meet this shit. Before she tells the kids that the Easter Bunny's not real. Oh, James, my buddy is here. Yeah, okay, you're right. You have an insane amount of bunnies. You keep your horse's baby teeth. See, I was wondering, what are you supposed to do with that? Put them on a necklace? That's creepy. That's super creepy. Yeah, you can. I don't want to ever create assumptions in you. By the way, get your photos out because we're about to do the energy cord cutting and the photo technique, okay? I don't want to get your, I never want to, well, thanks, Usman. I never want to create assumptions in you that don't benefit you, right? So this is why I'm always telling you guys, you don't have to necessarily affirm your life away. Did I affirm throughout the day as much as possible? Yes, but that's because I wanted to keep my thoughts in check. I'm not saying that most people walk around town thinking the opposite all day long. If that is you, well then yeah, you need to do something to distract your mind. So fucking type up start being a screenwriter. And start, do something like type, because you can't think and type at the same time, right? So it's like, just go and write a whole movie script. If you got to do something to distract your mind, okay? If you can't do that, then you need to make it work for you and not against you. So yeah, you can simply just listen to audios and never do a goddamn thing if that's your vibe. But I like to speed stuff up. Oh well, Marlev, shoot that back up. I shoot your message to the top so I can message you. We'll start there, okay? Back, but then let me fix that because that's not right. You know, to see people that look like you or SP during manifesting. Okay, hold your questions, by the way. Yes, Darren. Darla, excuse me, Darla. Rama? It is normal to see. It can be normal to see people that look like your SP. I'm not going to say it is normal because I never did. At least I don't think so. But you should look at everything as a sign. Everything as a sign. So it's like, because it keeps you motivated and disciplined. So it's like you see your SP's initials, you're like, that's a sign. You see his name, that's a sign. You see somebody that looks like him, that's a sign. You see his car, his same car model, doesn't have to be the color, that's a sign. Everything's a sign. Everything's a fucking sign. Because when you look at something or you say, I want to, so there's something like, you could be like, I wonder if I haven't seen like a butterfly recently. right? All of a sudden you start to see massive butterflies. That's because you activated what's called your RAS, your reticular activator system. Okay, so it's what that does is it's constantly scanning your surroundings. Okay, and so that's why you will start to all of a sudden see butterflies. Not that they weren't there before, but now you just start to naturally see more signs because you are activating your reticular activator system that is constantly scanning your surroundings 24/7. So, well, I guess not 24/7 when you're sleeping, but it's always looking, which is why you may think of a red car and now all of a sudden you see a lot of red cars on the street. And that's why, because it's not that they weren't there before, but now you're just more aware of them because you brought it to your conscious awareness. Okay, so everything could be a sign. You know what's funny, Ren? That shit still works. That shit still works. Okay. Hold your questions. Oh, there we go. Got it, Mark. Got it. Oh, Bevy, Ren has a little bit more of a unique situation. We are in zero contact since Sunday, and I don't know if we're still together. Well, Martha, you have to know this. You will be right regardless of what you want to assume right now. So do you want to, if you're questioning if you're still together, he will confirm that you are not. That is a guarantee. Or you can decide right now that you're absolutely still together and he will confirm that. Okay? You have to tell yourself that, like, no, we have the best relationship. We have the best relationship. We have the best relationship. Like, no, he's the perfect boyfriend, right? You have to see him as that way and that you are together. But if you're questioning it and if you ask him, are we still together? He will confirm absolutely not. And if you question in your mind and you don't know, he will confirm you not knowing and confirm what you don't want to hear. So, but you can change that right now by assuming, no, we're great. We're fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everything is perfect in our relationship. And he will show the same. All right, so is it time? Are you guys done with the, I'm assuming today is the day that's right, Dominique. I'm assuming that today is the day that, do you guys not listen? Hey, AJ girl, hold the questions. Okay, I'm assuming that today is the day that you, oh, no problem, Martha. Okay. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm assuming that today is the day that you guys are going to decide right now, Mark, got it, that you guys are going to decide right now that your SP is contacting you, that your SP wants to be with you, that your SP will do anything to get back together with you. I want you to decide that right now because let's be honest, enough with the bullshit, okay? Enough with the bullshit, enough with the games. I want you to decide that now. Today is the day. Nope, I waited long enough. Today is the goddamn day. They will conform. They will give me what I want. I will see movement. I will get contact today. And that is it. Decide that right now. Now, we're going to do the energy because we're going to do the energy cord cutting right now, okay? Where we're going to cleanse the energy between you and SP. So this would be really good for you, Mar, okay? What we're doing is we are not getting rid of your SP. That's fucking stupid. That would not be good for my channel, okay? But what we are doing is we are cutting the energy, the old energy with you and SP, the energy that isn't serving you a benefit anymore. It's toxic energy. It's negative energy, okay? We're going to cleanse that energy right now through a quick visualization exercise where when you do this correctly, you will get the results that you are looking for, okay? I did this with my SP that I was in no contact with for over 8 years. I was at the time not trying to manifest them back. So I did that at that time with somebody I was not trying to manifest back. But when I cut the energy cord with them, within 3 days, they contacted me out of the blue and was like, thank you. And was like, Hey, how you doing? Was just thinking about you. We talked for a second, then I hung up because I wasn't trying to actually manifest them back. Okay, but this works very well. Okay, this works really, really well. If you do it and let it go. We need to cleanse the energy, and you guys, and especially you should do this throughout your relationship when SP comes back, so that it's always fresh energy, fresh energy, fresh energy. And therefore you guys have a thriving relationship and not a rucky ass path, because you've got built up stale energy. Every time you argue, stale energy. Every time you argue again, stale energy. And it just compounds over time. We want to cut that shit. Okay. We want to cut the energetic connection with you and your SP, because they will think about you. Very, very quickly, they will think about you. But this time when they think about you, they're going to realize there's something different. Right? They will start thinking, you'll pop into their mind because there's an energetic shift. And then they'll be like, but this time it's not what I bet you were. It's wonder how she's doing. Wonder how she's doing. Okay. So that's what we're going to do right now. Alrighty. So I want you guys to get in a nice comfy place. This only takes like 2 minutes, literally. Easy peasy. Okay. So yes, you can run. You have to cut it back to back. Okay. Yeah, you can cut well, I'll talk about that after this. Okay. So get a nice comfortable place. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take 3 breaths in and out. Go ahead. Now I want you to imagine that you are in a theater. It's dark. There's no one there. It's just you. And you're sitting in a theater, and in front of you, there is a stage. Now, on this stage, you notice that there is a light, like a stage light, that is in the center of the stage, from the ceiling to the center of this stage. And as you stare into this light, do it now, you realize that you're not alone. That there's actually somebody there too. You notice that off in the back of the stage, out of the light, there's a shadowy figure. And as you shift your focus to the shadowy figure, you realize that that person is your SP. Now I want you to call your SP to the center of the stage and into the light. Say their name. And as they walk into the light, you notice their facial features. You start to notice their physical features. And you also see that there's a gold cord that runs from their third eye into your third eye. Now I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions. And I want you to hear in their voice, if you can, respond. Ask them now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask them, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now you're going to say these 4 phrases to your SP. They're not going to respond this time. But I want you to look at your SP. And I want you right now to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Now I want you to reach up as if your 2 fingers are a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut that gold cord from your third eye. And as the cord starts to drop, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to grab the roots of that cord from your third eye and pull them out and just toss them aside. Now, as that cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And it gets smaller and smaller. And they get smaller and smaller and smaller. They continue to get smaller and smaller until they just disappear. Now I want you to take another breath in and out and open your eyes. Now, you now have, because you're cutting the energy, you also notice when you wake up tomorrow that you may have more energy than you had today. Okay? Now, I want you to expect for you to pop into their mind. Okay? Now, we're going to do the next exercise. Now, in order to answer Ren's question, yes, you can do this. You can do this with multiple people. I suggest you start with the energy vampires in your life. Okay? You can also do this with your immediate family. So, like, I cut the cord with my daughter. Yes, Brittany, it's totally normal. Okay? I cut the energy cord with my daughter. I don't do it. Okay, I do it because I want fresh energy with us all the time. Okay? With all your families. And then what you can do as well is, let's say you have multiple people. And I have this technique on my channel or page. Okay, there's 3 videos in a row where I'm wearing a red shirt because I made them all the same goddamn day. It's the first video with the red shirt. That's the simplest way I can describe it. That's the video that will walk you through this exercise. Again, go save that video, because what I want you guys to do is you can do this with multiple people, okay? So you don't have to do it over and over and over again. You can imagine all of instead of you just imagining one shadowy figure off to the back, you imagine a group of them, right? And you just see like multiple shadowy figures. Then you would call one person up at a time. Okay, one person up at a time, and then ask them those questions, and then cut the cords. Okay, you could do that. Okay. All right. Yeah, of course, Mar. Yes, you should still be affirming and assuming. Absolutely. Do not question if you're still in a relationship. Okay. Now, because either way, you're going to be right, and those that question if they're still in a relationship are confirmed that no, you're not. Okay, but that's okay, because we're going to save this relationship. All right, now you should have a photo of your SPs out. Mara, go grab a photo of your SP. Okay, I want you to have a photo of your SP out right now. Okay, because I need you guys to start expecting something different from your SP. And Mara, this is going to help you too. Okay, it could be a one on your phone if you want. Okay. Because you need to start viewing your SP not as the person your SP is today. Frida, I'd have to talk to you. Because you should be able to. That should be like step number 1. Okay. But the only reason you would have that stall is because you're not seeing him as the person that talks to you constantly. Okay, you need to see that version of him. Okay, and expect him to call you. Just like you expect his ass to move to fucking Spain with you. Just like you expect his ass to come and see you. Let's start expecting him to call you every fucking day. Okay? Okay, so now you have your SP's photo. So it's important that if you want a nice, beautiful relationship with your SPs and you want them to conform and to conform quickly, you have to start seeing them as the version of your SP that you expect them to be for you, not the version of your SP they are today. They're only this way today because this is who you've created. You have chosen this version of your SP. Yes, Red. Yes. Although you should fucking snake a Lego and fucking take a picture of your damn SP. So we need to start seeing them as the person that you want and expect them to be for you, period. Okay? Because this is exactly how they turn up for you. This is exactly how they conform. Okay? Ooh, Red, I got a client. I got a client that lives in Egypt. You want to go snap a picture for you? Well, A lot of people, that's not what we're here to do. Anyway, okay, so we have the picture of our SPs, okay? So, and because as much as she's your wife, there's a reason, you have to ask yourself this. No, most people don't question, you may not be questioning your relationship with your wife right now. That's great. That's great. Continue to not do that. However, towards the end of all divorces, they question their relationship. And then that's why they got divorced. Okay? Because they're not selecting the perfect wife. The perfect wife. Okay? There's a difference between a wife and the perfect wife. There's a difference between a boyfriend that treats you like shit and disrespects you and doesn't want, wants to be an asshole to you, versus a boyfriend that loves and adores and worships the ground that you walk on. There's a clear difference between just having a husband that's completely checked out, that talks shit to you, that treats you like shit, that ignores you all the time, that wants to fuck with other people. And there's a difference between a husband that is very loyal to you, treats you like a queen, constantly spoils. There's a difference. There's a difference. Okay? So now we have our pictures of our SP. So I need to get you guys over the first hurdle. I need you guys to start seeing them differently than who they are for you now. I want you to see them as the person that you love, the person that you desire, okay? The person that you care about, okay? And I want you to start expecting that person now, that version of your SP now, to be here with you right now, okay? Not tomorrow, not yesterday, now, okay? Yeah, I had to raise my tonality. Okay. Greetings. Okay, so I want you to go down memory lane for a second. And I want you to go down, yes, physically, yeah. That there's a version of your SP all the time. So I want you to imagine right now, well, go with me, Mark, okay? Go with me. Okay, so, but yes, it is the version that you expect your boyfriend to be today for you in the physical world, okay? Okay, so I want you to go back down memory lane to a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. When they checked all the boxes, they were like, you're Prince Charming and the whole works. Like, you're a perfect person. Okay, they checked all the boxes. They loved you. They worshiped the ground that you walked on. They treated you like you were all that mattered. Recall that version now. I want you to remember how that version of your SP made you feel. Who was he as your person? How did he make you feel? How did he treat you? Who was he as a man for you, as a woman for you? Spend about 20 seconds and just think about that version of them only. Forget who they were a minute ago. Now I want you to hold on to that version of your SP, the one who called you all the time, who was constantly spending time with you, who absolutely wanted to be with you, who talked about your future together. Hold on to that version of your SP, and I want you to bring that version of your SP to now. That is now the only version of your SP that exists. The one that was mean to you, the one that broke your heart, the one that was not your perfect version, no longer exists. The only version of your SP that is in your current reality right now is your perfect version, your perfect person. Now, if you are new here, I want you to put on your crown. Hey, Heba. And if you are not new here, then you should already have your crown on, because we don't take our crowns off here. We wear our crowns proudly 24/7. We get what we want and we get it when we want it. When queens give an order, when queens and kings give a command, do they have to question if it's going to be done? No. Do they need to check to see if they did it? No. Do they wonder or doubt that they're not going to do what they commanded? No. They don't need to. Why? Because they're the queen. They're the king. And when they give a command, they absolutely expect for it to be fulfilled, expect for it to be done. They don't need to check for shit. They don't need to question, doubt, wonder. They don't need to do any of that because they gave the command. This is your reality. You're the only one with free will in your reality. So now you're going to own that. Right now, you're going to expect them to contact you. You're going to expect all that behavior and know that that's what they're going to do because they're your perfect person. They're absolutely everything you've ever wanted. The past doesn't exist. Right now, your perfect person is waiting for you to let them contact you, come see you, want to be with you, want to love you. That version of your SP that you brought now into your current reality is waiting to do all those things. Right now, it's time for you to let them be that person for you. Okay? Now, if you are in no contact or you're in contact but it is not consistent contact, you are going to command that they contact you. Okay, you can say you're contacting me, you're texting me, you're calling me, it doesn't matter. However they would naturally contact you is exactly how they'll do it. Okay, so if you're alone, you're going to say it out loud. And you're not going to yell at them. If you're not alone, you're going to say it in your mind with a little bit of backbone. Don't look like a weirdo, okay? So the way it's going to go is you're going to look at their picture and you're going to say, you're contacting me right now. Or you're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You do this while I put you on a little bitty break because how else am I supposed to go to the bathroom? Okay. So you're going to do it then. Now, if you are in constant contact with your SP, then you have a choice. You can tell them they're contacting you right now. So therefore, just to prove your innate power so that you can use that for everything else. Or you'll move to the next step of your relationship and say, you're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay? And then if you are in a relationship with your SP or situation, whatever the fuck, you should all be calling it relationship, by the way. If you're in a relationship with your SP, then have fun with it. What do you want them to do? You can say, you're bringing me dinner tonight. You're cooking me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're bringing me flowers today. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever it is you want. Okay. Then that's that's the command you're going to give. Okay. I'm going to do it right now. You can meet me, but not for the sake of this exercise. No, you're in no contact at the current second, Mars. So you're going to say you're contacting me right now. I will tell you how to use this after this exercise. I will tell you how to use the photo method for everything else. Okay. But for right now, it's for you, Mars. You're contacting me right now. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Give your commands. Wear your crowns. We don't take them off. Give your commands right now and expect them to contact you. And we're back. I did not keep you on hold too long because we're running late on the time. But now you're going to expect them to contact you. Okay? You're going to expect them to contact you. Now, you can use this photo method for a couple different things. Okay? A couple different things. First, Mari, you need to realize that you created this problem that you're having in your relationship. So I'll walk you down memory lane just real quick. So you met your boyfriend, right? And first time you met him, you were smitten. He checked all the boxes, right? You guys had chemistry. He checked all the boxes. So things escalated really quick. You guys started talking all the time. Then you guys started hanging out. Then you guys got in a relationship, right? Escalation really fast because everything was perfect. So then you had an argument. Well, it was a dispute that turned into an argument, right? And this is where the ladies come into play, mainly, with the exception of some guys, will come into play, is where you guys can't shut the fuck up. That's why there's an argument, because you have to have the last word. You have to say what's on your mind. You got to get your point across. You need to get them to understand where you're coming from. And so you yep, right? And you verbalize everything to your SP. And then what happens? Then all of a sudden, you end the argument verbally, but not you. It continues here. It continues here. You're thinking about all the things he said, and you're bitching in here about him. Oh my God, he's such an asshole. He's such a fucking, I can't believe he said that to me. He's so rude. He's so disrespectful. Then you brush it under the rug and you move on, right? A lot of times you'll go back for round 2 with your first argument, like, oh, I'm not done talking to you yet, right? You'll tell your friends, your family, whoever the fuck will listen. You'll tell everybody about the problem, about the argument you had. Brush it under the rug, you're right back on track. Then you have another dispute that again turns into an argument, and it goes just like the first one did. And now you'll know, and same thing, bitching about him in your mind and to everybody that will listen. And so you'll notice that over the course of your relationship, arguments start to become more frequent. And the arguments start to become more frequent, and you continue to bitch about this person, and they start to change, right? And you find yourself saying that, like, he's not the same person, like he's different, like he's changed. He's not the same person that I fell in love with. It's like something, he's not that person. I don't recognize this person, right? Of course not. And so then towards the end of your relationship, because now that you've had these arguments and your description of him is changing, your relationship is on the decline real fast. Now towards the end of your relationship, you sit there and you start to question your relationship, saying, does he love me? Does he still care about me? Like, is he going to break up with me? Are we good? Are we okay? Like, where's this relationship at? And a lot of you will verbalize it to them, like, are we okay? Do you still love me? Now, guess what? The breakup. Because all he did was confirm. That's exactly it. That's why the person that you fell in love with and the person that broke your heart or ended the relationship is not the same person. You don't even recognize that person because you created that person. You chose the version of your SP that you didn't like over the course of your relationship. Every time you bitched about him, every time you complained in your head, every time you told somebody about him, you were changing that person. He had no choice but to push that out to you. They don't have a choice. So they have to conform to whatever version of them you're selecting. So if he continues to select asshole version, SP version that you don't like, that you don't want, he has no choice but to play his part. This is your movie, okay? He has to play his part, and he's playing it perfectly. It's just not what you want. So you have the ability to change that, and the only way you can change that is by learning to shut the fuck up, like literally, shut the fuck up. And do all the work here. You have to do all the work here so that it conforms out here. You're in control of his thoughts 100% of the time. He does not have a thought without you assuming what he's thinking when it comes to you guys. So the more you listen to the words that come out of their mouth and let that play into your relationship, guess what? He's confirming. If you're questioning if he wants to still be with you, are we going to work things out? Then he's going to confirm exactly that, because you wouldn't question if you knew the answer. Okay, so if you are in that situation, you need to 100% know the answer. Oh no, he absolutely loves me. Of course he wants to be with me. Why wouldn't he? When you come from that perspective and like, no, we're great. We're great. But here's the thing, Mar, is you can use, I'll tell you how to use that photo method too. Here's the thing, is you're working things, the only way you're going to work things out is if you learn to shut the hell up. You don't need to plead your case to him. You don't need to tell him how you feel about shit. You don't need to tell him what he needs to work on. You don't need to verbalize any of that, because it's all here. It's all here. That's the only thing that's pushing out. So the second you assume, no, we're great, we have the best relationship, we're great, then he will assume the same thing. But if you question if he wants to still be with you, he will also confirm that too. Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's called birds before land. Everything's a goddamn sign. Angel numbers, freaking birds, flowers, leaves. They're all signs to me. Everything is a sign. I seen another person say that your emotions are not your identity. Yeah. So emotions are not what's manifesting. Your emotions are never what's manifesting. What's manifesting is your thoughts if they align with the emotion. Okay, so like if you're sad, that's fine. You can be sad. And you can be totally crying. But you cannot let your thoughts align with that emotion. Instead, if you're sad and you're crying, you need to affirm through those tears. Okay, because it's not the emotion that's manifesting, it's the thoughts that are in sync with that emotion that are manifesting. Because typically there's one reason why you're crying, right? And so in your mind, you're having thoughts against what you want, which is causing the emotion. So that's when you affirm through it. Like when you're pissed off and angry, affirm through it. Affirm through it. You don't need to verbalize anything to this person, okay? And if this but you're human. I told you this is how we leverage the law, right? Because it's all about leveraging the law. So you're human, right? So we have to say something. Like we have to say something. Like if we don't like something or something pisses us off or annoys us, then we feel like we need to verbalize it. But unfortunately, that's what caused the devastation in your relationship in the first place. So instead, we leverage the law and we say, okay, this motherfucker is like pissing me off. Like I'm super pissed off. Like he's annoying the shit out of me. I don't like what he's saying. So my response to his face is gonna be, okay, I understand. That's it. And then if you need to, be like, you know what? I actually have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then bring your little happy ass to the bathroom, cuss his fucking ass out, say whatever you need to say to yourself, not to him. And then when you're done having the bitch party in your mind, because it's normal. It's normal. We have to express ourselves. That's fine. Express yourself. And when you're done expressing yourself, then flip that shit around, because there's a delay, and there's a delay for your benefit. I do not know why. Only when I'm on camera with you guys does my nose itch. But we have to leverage the delay and say, okay, if there's a delay, I can bitch about my SP, not to him, but to myself. In the moment, say what I need to say so I get it out, And then I'm done. Now I'm going to be like, okay, he's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He is the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. No harm done. Doesn't screw anything up. But make sure you don't verbalize to him. Just kindly remove your ass. And say whatever the fuck you want, just not to him, but flip it at the end. When you're done, you must flip it. If you don't flip it, well then it produces. And that's not, because that's what happened to your relationship is you bitch. You never flipped it. And therefore your relationship ended. It went on the decline. Okay. But if you would have known what you know now and you would have flipped it over and over again when it came up, guess what? You would have been fine. Yeah. When he contacts you right now, Mar, he's going to contact you right now. When he contacts you right now, you're choosing perfect boyfriend. Okay. If you tell yourself, we have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. When he contacts you, he will reflect that. Oftentimes, they won't need to talk about the past because you're choosing perfect boyfriend, not the boyfriend that showed up yesterday, right? New version, perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. So he'll contact you, and oftentimes he'll act like there's no big deal. Like, hey, what are you doing? Want to hang out? Great, go with it. Now, if he wants to talk about things, yeah, you can let him say whatever he wants. Don't listen to him. Do not listen to him. Do not take anything he says personal, because it's just a reflection of yesterday's assumptions. Don't worry about it. So you just don't react. You don't react. Not in your thoughts. Do not let his words become your thoughts. No, it's just a reflection. So that's fine. Say, yeah, you know what? I totally know where I went wrong. That's not a lie. I know where I went wrong. So I understand. Yeah, I mean, can we just leave that in the past and just move forward and have a better relationship? Sure. Okay, great. All done. All done. Okay? But don't react in your thoughts, and don't listen to him. Do not listen to him. That's for all of you guys, because I am so on there's almost probably never a single call that I don't jump on unless it's with Flashy or Lisa. But there's never a call that I jump on that you guys, what part of don't listen to them don't you understand? Do not listen to them. Whatever, unless they're telling you everything you want to hear, do not listen to a goddamn thing they have to say. Like, oh, okay. All right. Because it's all feedback. All they're doing is reflecting your thoughts back onto you. So why are you listening to the fucking things that they're saying? Like, well, he was really mean and he was really spiteful and I just can't get over all the things that he said. Well, get the fuck over it. Get over it. You need to get over it. And be like, no, I'm done. I'm not listening to I don't care what he has to say. I don't care if he told you go fuck yourself 2 seconds ago. Oh, he is so in love with me. My God, look at him. He only talks nice to me. Like, he is so in love with me. You have to tell yourself that. Instead, what you guys do is listen to what these people say and let it deter you over and over and over again. You listen to them and you're like, oh, I didn't like what he had to say. That hurt my feelings. Boo fucking who. Victim mentality, victim mentality, victim mentality, victim mentality. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't keep victimizing yourself. How the fuck is that working out for you? How's that working out for you, listening to what the hell they say? You should never listen to anything they say. Throughout your relationship, whatever they say, nope, not our relationship. I don't care if he told you he has trust issues. He's never committed, doesn't ever want to marry anybody. Not me. Of course he doesn't want to marry anybody but me. Yeah, he has commitment issues. Yeah, not with me. He loves me. I don't care what the fuck he says. Because you guys, this is your problems, is you listen to what they're saying because it's true for them. And you listen to what they're saying, and now that impacts your relationship because you're justifying their behavior based on what the fuck they told you. And you do it again and again and again and again and again. Over and over and over again. Well, he said this. Okay, so what? So what? Affirm right through. He could be talking to you dead in your face. And you know what I'll do? Why he's doing this, and in here, he's so in love with me. He is so in love with me. He's the perfect boyfriend. He is so in love with me. We have the best relationship. While he's talking, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Or I'll say, okay, you already know my coin phrase. Okay, now I understand. And then I affirm. Because I'm not going to listen to him. You can't listen to them anymore. Stop doing that. Stop listening to what they're saying like they're goddamn Jesus Christ and are telling you what's true. They're not. It's not true. It's their assumptions. It's only their assumptions. Yeah, that's a sign. My nose itching is a sign. Shell, you're right. Assumptions, a narcissist cannot be controlled no matter how. No, that's not true. But it is true if you consider that, if you want to assume that, and if you want to call them a narcissist. Why do you think they're a narcissist? Because they did one thing, and what did you do? You started calling them a narcissist. So now they have to conform to being a narcissist. They could have done one fucking thing. And now you're like, oh, he's a narcissist. Or somebody else told you that about him. Oh, he's a narcissist. And now you listened to what the fuck that person had to say about your person. And now he has to conform to that. over and over and over again, because that's how you're describing them. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. I'm never wrong. Yes, AJ, I have, but you need to stop suffocating your shit. You need to stop suffocating it, okay? You need to stop questioning every damn thing. Every damn thing. You need to stop that. Well, Shell, if you know what, if you want to be with the narcissist, then go ahead and be with the narcissist. But you don't, honestly, I hate to break it to you, sis, or bruh, but you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, you don't. You don't. You can sit there and say whatever you want, all you want, but continue to view them as a narcissist. And you're right, you're going to continue to get narcissistic behavior. But here's a challenge for you. Stop viewing them as a narcissist, and you come back and let me know how they change, because they will. They don't have a choice. Period. How's that for a period? I think my period packed a little bit more punch, though. The Hidden Kingdom. That depends. Do I feel like boundaries are necessary while manifesting? No, not really, because boundaries are not. Well, you're doing that by recreating your SP, if that makes sense, right? So, like, you could be in a relationship with your SP and continue to have them violate your boundaries over and over and over again, and you're like, this is a boundary of mine. Or you can recreate your SP saying that they always respect my boundaries. They always respect my boundaries. They never violate my boundaries. Now they won't do that anymore, right? But you can't verbalize the shit over and over and over again. You just can't do that. Okay, that's right. Yes, and I want you to, don't disappear on me, Mar. I want to come back. I want you to come back, and I want you to tell me that that's right. Oh, I like that. Being Delulu is the new Trulu. I like that. That's clever. But come back, and I want you to tell me that he completely conformed, and yeah, we're great. Of course you are. You're great. That's right. He sure does, Flashy. Our shit is perfect. He is obsessing over in his ring camera. Girl, he'd be playing that shit over and over and over again. So you always look good. Absolutely. You cannot justify, Priya. You cannot justify anything that you don't want from that person. You're in control. We should no longer be justifying a goddamn thing. Justify what? No, I don't think so. When you're the one that has the power to change it. That's right. Only listen if it's good shit. Exactly, James. Yeah, when they say things you don't want to hear, that's right. You treat them like they're the Peanuts guy, the teacher in the Peanuts cartoon. That's all you fucking hear. That's all you hear. So Mar, when you're doing the photo technique, right? There's a couple ways you could do the photo technique. Well, real quick, AJ, you can stop suffocating it by stop overanalyzing it. Stop questioning things. You need to stop questioning things and just know and just be like, it's a wrap. It's a complete wrap. Yeah, that man's mine. Period. That's it. Nothing else to question or worry about. Okay, so Mar, the way you can do the photo technique differently is you can look at him and say, you're the perfect way. We have the best relationship. Like, we literally have the best relationship. You worship the ground that I walk on. Yeah, you're in love with me. You're absolutely in love with me. We have the best relationship. You can look at him and tell him that. You could tell him anything that you want him to know, and he will reflect that back to you. Especially since you're there, we can literally do that. You can literally save this relationship right now. It only takes one person to assume something different, but don't give him free will. Don't allow him to decide. You decide for him in here. Don't do it here. But you decide for him. So what do you want to assume he's thinking, right? All he can think about is nothing but me. All he can think about is how perfect we are together. That's literally all he can think about, is how much he loves me all day long. That's all he thinks about, is me and how perfect our relationship is. And he will. But the key is you have to start evolving and doing things differently, okay? You have to stop reacting in your thoughts. You have to stop reacting verbally. You have to learn to shut the hell up, right? Because that's the ultimate power, because you control them here, not here, okay? Virgo, you can ignore the gutter trash if you find that that's easy to do. If you can ignore gutter trash, then ignore gutter trash. But if you cannot ignore gutter trash, because for a lot of people, that's hard to do. That's hard to do. Okay, so if you cannot ignore gutter trash, then we affirm gutter trash away. Okay, and we affirm gutter trash away by literally creating the wedge between gutter trash. This gutter trash is crazy. She's jealous of you. Whatever you want to say about, she's completely pathetic. Whatever you want to say about gutter trash. Okay, that's now who she has to become in your reality to SP. Okay, so then you affirm them away, and you can just say, anytime you think about them, you know, is no, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. Okay, all they do is argue. He fucking hates her, right? You can affirm that, and that creates the wedge, because gutter trash will play her part perfectly in your manifestation and force a 3D just like you did, and we know that that doesn't work. So she'll force a 3D and push him away, and then as you're affirming for you and SP, he makes a 180 and comes home to you. Okay. So, but the key is, as well, is for you guys not to, because that's how we leverage. We leverage by shooing gutter trash back to the dumpster she crawled out of, right? But understanding that they aid in your manifestation. So you cannot you cannot view gutter trash as being the reason you and SP are not together. Because if you do that, you keep her right in place. She's not going a goddamn place. Okay, but if you view her like, that's why we call them gutter trash here. Yeah, right? Who competes with trash? I don't. And I know you don't. And so it's like, when you come from that perspective, well, now, then they're irrelevant. But you also have to know, of course, gutter trash will find out about you. More times than not, gutter trash will find out about you. And then then that's the thing though, that now they aid in your manifestation even more. Even more, because now they can't stop talking about you to your SP. So now you're top of mind all the time. In fact, you're often the reason they argue. So great. That's leverage. Okay. Because you have to understand that there's whatever, manifestation is perfect, right? So you have to understand that whatever has to happen, Virgo, my lives are always on YouTube every day. So you can always watch them on YouTube and subscribe while you're over there. Go ahead, subscribe and watch them. But you have to understand that whatever has to happen for a gutter trash to go back to the dumpster she crawled out of is what's going to happen. Okay, whatever has to happen for you to get your full manifestation is what's going to happen. So gutter trash will exit the picture at any time. At any time. Gutter trash could also be the very same reason why you get your full manifestation. So don't worry about her. Just focus on you and SP while affirming gutter trash away. Okay, because the timing of gutter trash leaving the building is entirely up to you. And if they aid in your manifestation, because they will. They play their part flawlessly. And that's what's great, is leveraging. Always gotta leverage. Always gotta leverage. Okay? So, yeah, and just know, yeah, AJ, you can focus more on you, but just know that it's done. Like it's a wrap. It's done. It is done. It's coming. That's all I have to worry about. Hey, Maricel. Okay? So that's what this is all about. It's about leveraging the law, not following the law, unless in the real world. Please don't leverage the law here. You're like, excuse me, I'm leveraging the law around here. But in the law of assumption, it is about leveraging the law. It is about saying, how can I make this work for me? Right? And different ways to make that work for you, because you'll find that it's actually quite enjoyable. Manifestation should be fun. It should not be a job. It should be fun. Okay? You're not manifesting. You should not be manifesting your SP from lack. Right? It's like, no, I'm manifesting him for wholeness. Like, I want this person. I don't need this person. I want this person. There's a big difference, okay? Which is what can also stall your manifestation if you're coming from a need perspective. Like, you shouldn't need anyone to make you happy, right? You shouldn't need it. You shouldn't need that, right? Or any of that. Oh, in case if you're new here, I am your manifestation bestie. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. So go ahead and follow me for more. Also, I do go live here every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you ever miss a live, don't trip. They're always uploaded on YouTube. While you're there, subscribe. Go ahead and watch my long ass videos. Help me get my watch hours up, so I can go ahead and help more people realize that they're in control and that they can actually leverage the law and get whatever they want. I've manifested weight loss. I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me. I manifested business success in 2 widely successful businesses. I've also helped 82 entrepreneurs do the same. And I manifested boatloads of cash. So I'm good at all. I'm good at it all, and I'm here to help you do it all. If you want me to manifest for you, I always have that option available. I will gladly manifest for you and put it on easy street for you so you can get out of your own goddamn way. And then also, if you want to work with me one-on-one so we can discuss your current situation or where you're going wrong with manifesting your SP so that we can create a nice simple plan to get it right, then yes, I am your girl. So that's what I do, and I'm very good at it. I have like hundreds of testimonies. I haven't put them up yet, and Canva's not cooperating with me. Maybe because I'm doing it on my phone. I should probably just stop being lazy and throw them onto Google Drive. But I have hundreds of testimonials that I'll be dripping out to show you guys. Proof is in the pudding. I've been doing this for about a month and a half now. And so to have it SP related. So to have hundreds of testimonials for SPs, and I've been doing it for less than 60 days is pretty fucking good. Especially when people have been teaching this shit for years. Okay? So I know what I'm doing, and I'm here to help you do the same. All right. So I want you guys to understand something. Okay, you guys need to understand that you're in control. Okay, I need you guys to really, really get control. Get control. Stop, thanks user. Stop coming from a place of lack, of desperation, of needing something, of where's it at? 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 No, it's what are you checking for? What do you mean, where's it at? It's already here. The minute you start coming from that, like, I don't need to check for shit, it's already here. Like, this is my SP. My SP is coming, and he's coming today. He's coming to see me now because I fucking said so. You have to understand that. You're fighting for your life, for your happiness, for your families, for your husbands, for your wives, for your best friends. You're fighting for it all. Someone has to stand up and fight. Your SPs are waiting for you to fight for them, to bring them back, to help them change their lives so that they can help, so that they can be better people. Okay? They're waiting for you to allow them to contact you all the time, to come and see you all the time, to want to be in a relationship with you right now. They're waiting for you to let them love you the way they did, if not better and stronger. But you're doing this for you so that you can have everything that you want, so that you can be the best version of yourself, so that you can help other people. This is all on you. You deserve it. You deserve to be with the one that you love every single day. You deserve to wake up with the person that you fucking love. You deserve to get kissed every morning and every night. Thanks, Mar. You deserve all of that and more. So stop settling. Stop settling. Stop allowing people to decide stop allowing them to decide whether they want to contact you, whether they want to be with you. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Do it for yourself. Evolve as humans. We're doing this for ourselves to be better individuals, to be better wives, better girlfriends, better husbands, better boyfriends. to our significant others, for our family. You don't think the children see this shit? They do. We need to evolve so that we can have a better relationship all the way around in our lives. You deserve all of that. I need you to start expecting that, to stop beating yourself up over and over and over and over again, questioning what you did wrong and just feeling defeated. Stop feeling defeated and get what you want, and get it when you want it, which is now. You've waited long enough. It's time for you to get what you want and to get that person now. Please, please don't stop fighting. Do not stop fighting. Persist. Persist in your perfect person. Your perfect person. That is it. I am persisting and I will not change. I will not quit. I will not fold. I will not give up. I will keep going and I will keep going and I will keep going until everything is exactly how I want it. You owe that to yourself. And that's what I want for you. All right, guys? All right. Yeah, it's about evolving. It's about evolving. No more feeling defeated. No more. Let's go get what the fuck is yours. The love of your life back. Let's go be with that person. Okay? They're waiting for you. They're knocking at your fucking door every second of every day. They cannot sleep because they can't stop thinking about you. It's time for you to let them come home. It's time for you to let them be with you again. Okay? I love every single one of you besties. Let's go get our fucking shit. Let's go get it now. Do you understand? Because I literally sacrificed my life for you guys. But seriously though, I go live 7 days a week because I want to be that person that keeps you on track, to keep going, to pick yourself up every single day and keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward. Because when you manifest your SP back, I promise you this, you're going to have an amazing life. You know why? One, because you got the love of your life back. But two, man, you are unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And you'll be getting all kinds of shit. Yes. So let's start with your SPs. All right? All right, my loves, I got a jet. I'm on a coaching call. I love you, besties, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.